What's up, guys? It's your boy TPP, and I'm back with that true crime talk live, baby. Let's go. All right, guys. Before we jump into it, y'all know the drill. Smash that like, smash that subscribe if you haven't already, and definitely if you're here live, hit that share. I mean, regardless, replay or live, regardless, hit that share. All right, let me see who I got chat before we start getting into it. That'll give some people some time to get here too. Let's see who we got. Julie Delt, good to see you. Mom. Ruby Joy, good to see you. Let's see. Hindsight's good to see you. Miss Darcy, good to see you. All right, guys. All right. So the topic for this for this live stream, I mean, you guys have seen it already, right? The thumbnail. So yeah, man, taking care of Maya trial. I don't know if you guys watched the special on it. I can't cover the special because I don't want to get flagged and all that good stuff. But basically, I didn't even know about this until this morning. Right, today's day one of the trial, and the headline caught my attention. So I was like, I'm gonna check this out. I'm gonna look into it. And as I looked into it and heard the story, I was like, oh my Lord, how did I not hear about this? This is a messed up story. And then honestly, I need a little break from most of the other cases and trials we're covering. I need I just need a little break from it. So I figured, you know what? Let's cover this. I want to cover I got 3 videos pulled up, right? One video is basically, it's Dr. Todd Grande, and he's breaking down the case, right? And at the end of his little breakdown, he gives his opinion, but it's really biased. So I'm not really keen on listening to his opinion of it because I know he's he's biased towards the medical establishment, right? So I want to listen to the story. He lays the story out what happened really well from a doctor's perspective. And then what we're going to do after that is we're going to jump into the opening statements from today, first day of the trial. Like I said, I'm gonna follow this trial. I'm not gonna report on it every day. So I figure we'll do is, like I said, we'll recap what this case is all about. We'll listen to the opening statements. Obviously, we'll interject, we'll talk, all that good stuff like we usually do. And then when this trial is over, I'll do a recap. We'll listen to the closing. Maybe we'll do the live. We'll listen to the closings and stuff, and we'll just kind of recap what happened in the trial, and then we'll wait for the verdict. So I think that's going to be a plan with this one. I want to throw this into our rotation because right now we got kind of like the Idaho Ford thing kind of in rotation now. We got the Murdoch trial in rotation now. So we got to just mix it up. You guys know me. I can't just get stuck on one thing over and over. If you go back and look at all my local content, it's just there's so many cases and trials. But that being said, guys, let's I want to touch on that too. I want to touch on that. Ruby Joy, I'm gonna go ahead and pull up what you wrote. Y'all throw some love and some prayers out to this beautiful lady. Prayers, man. But all right, guys. So before we jump into this, though, I'm gonna say trigger warning. Heavy trigger warning, guys. Heavy trigger warning on this one. If you don't know about this case already, heavy trigger warning. So let me cue it up. There we go. And then another thing too, shout out to the subscribers that have donated to the channel. Because of you guys, I don't know if you guys have noticed on the lives, we don't see commercials. You guys notice that, right? It's not because I went and queued it up, and like spent time making sure the commercial was over, this and that. No. Those donations went towards YouTube Premium, so we no longer have to deal with commercials. And in my opinion, that's huge. So appreciate you all for donating. I just had to throw it out there because I was like thinking about the lives. Oh man, the lives are going really smooth. And I was like thinking about like all the reasons why they've been going smooth. And I was like, well, dude, I'm not having a fight with freaking commercials at all. That's saving so much time, and just transitions are smoother. It doesn't interrupt my train of thought for our conversations and stuff. So anyways, I appreciate you all. Thank you so much. Let's jump into this though. So you guys know the deal. One's in chat. Let me know one's in chat if you can hear this once it starts rolling.
Hello, this is Dr. Grande. Today's question is, can I analyze the case of Maya Kowalski? She was the topic of a documentary on Netflix titled Take Care of Maya. Just a reminder, I'm not diagnosing anybody in this video.
Thank you,
speculating about what could be happening
I see
in a
it.
situation
Thanks
like
for the one.
this. If you enjoyed this video, please like it, subscribe to my channel, and consider supporting me on Patreon.
Yeah, that's another thing too, guys. You go check his channel out. He's pretty smart dude. Pretty smart dude. He covers a lot of different stuff. It's not just true crime. There's some other, genres that he touches on, but pretty smart guy. I don't necessarily agree with his take at the very end. That's why we're going to kind of bypass that. It's a little irritating. But all in all, he's a pretty smart dude.
I'll put the link to Patreon in the description for this video. First, I'll look at the background of this case, move to the timeline of the incident, then offer my analysis. In 2015, the Kowalski family lived in Venice, Florida. Jack Kowalski was a retired deputy fire chief, and his wife, Beata, worked as a home care nurse. Beata was an immigrant from Poland who did not have an excellent command of the English language. She was 14 years younger than Jack.
And all this like background, it's very important to like factor the background in, especially with the mom here, as you start hearing this story unfold, so that you can kind of like put yourself in her shoes and kind of like her perspective. And I think knowing that she's from another country and that background is super important here.
The couple raised 2 children, a daughter named Maya and a son named Kyle. Now moving to the timeline of the incident. Over the 4th of July weekend in 2015, 9-year-old Maya had a severe asthma attack while she and her brother were playing with sparklers. Beata took Maya to be treated at Sarasota Memorial Hospital. Maya said that she was experiencing a burning sensation on her legs and feet.
Hey there, Mav. Mav Investigates in the building. Thanks for being here, sir. Good to see you. I'm doing pretty good. I hope you're doing pretty good too. It's almost Friday, right? Tomorrow, Friday. Pat Gaines, good to see you. Everybody's starting to show up. I'm not sure how many of y'all know anything about this case, but like I was telling everybody at the beginning of this live, I didn't know anything about it till the day. I saw it on what was it, News Nation? I forget which one of the channels it was on. But Law and Crime. It was on Law and Crime. That's what it was. I saw it and I started digging in. I was like, what the hell, man? This is crazy, dude. I haven't heard any of my people talking about it. Let's dive into this. Let's take a little break from, Idaho 4, Murdoch, all that, Delphi. We'll take a little break today and we'll get on something new. But yeah, if any of you have been following this and you want to throw out opinions as we're rolling, definitely do it. Otherwise, it's just going to be like, this is going to be a learning experience for us all, I do believe. Man, I appreciate y'all being here. Definitely, if you guys can, though, smash that like and smash that share while you're here. Let's get it out there so people can join this live. We can introduce ourselves before we get any deeper. All right, let's go.
Medical professionals were confused by the symptoms and did not know what was going on. Within a few weeks, Maya's symptoms had become worse. Her feet had turned.
Yes, Darcy. There's I was actually saying that as we rolled in. There is I think it's a Netflix documentary on it. The information's solid in it, but it's like heavily biased towards the victims in this. So I wouldn't have a problem playing that at all, even with I try to find stuff that's neutral, you know what I mean? So I don't really like playing biased stuff, but if Netflix didn't have such a big deal with copyrights and whatnot, I'd probably play it. We'd probably react to it. But I feel like Dr. Todd Grande here does a pretty good job at like breaking down what happened. And then, like I said, after that, we're gonna listen to opening arguments from both the defense and the plaintiff. So that's what we're doing. Yeah, on Netflix. Yeah. See, I didn't even know about it. So if any of you guys have watched it and you guys like know anything extra that we're not covering in these 3 videos that I got queued up, definitely interject. Let me know about it. That's what we're here to do, learn.
Inward, she could not walk, and she had lesions on her legs.
And like I
Beata
said,
was understandably concerned.
guys, trigger warning. This one is going to be a rough one today. It's a rough one, right? We're talking about a baby, and the loss here is crazy. Like, just story just blew me away.
For her daughter's well being and shocked by the amount of pain Maya was reporting. Maya's parents took her to Johns Hopkins All Children's.
Darcy, you started watching that Netflix and you couldn't continue it? I mean, yeah, it's rough. I don't blame you. Pat, you haven't heard of this case either? I know, like I said, it was new to me till this morning. I dove in. Now we doing it. Now we covering it.
Hospital in St. Petersburg, Florida, but the clinicians there were unable to generate a diagnosis. After visiting Tampa General, Maya's parents were told that an asthma medication that Maya was taking could explain the muscle weakness. The Kowalskis were not being provided any helpful solutions to treat Maya's pain. Eventually, Beata heard about a physician named Anthony Kirkpatrick who studied a condition called complex regional pain syndrome, or CRPS. This is a mysterious medical disorder that is characterized by chronic pain.
Let me interject real quick because I got to stop it for fair use, anyways. Dude, when you have something wrong with you and you can't pinpoint it, the doctors can't pinpoint it, like it's just a mystery. That stuff sucks. I started dealing with like autoimmune issues, my late 20s, and couldn't figure it out. I mean, it got so bad that it cost me my position at work, my full-time position, right? That's a long story in itself, but like it came down to my diet and like allergies that I had, like basically my body had built intolerances up to, and it was crazy. But like the doctors couldn't figure it out. Like my cardiologist was at the point where my health was so bad, he was like, "I'm ready to retire you." Like, and I'm like 32 at this point, so like it is so frustrating. I mean, mine's nothing like this, right? But it's so frustrating when you have something wrong with you and the doctors just can't figure it out. And you know how I actually figured mine out? Wasn't the doctors? A nurse told me, a guy nurse, after I did a stress test, he told me, he's like, "Hey, you should look into your diet. Maybe go get an allergy panel done and see if you're consuming things you shouldn't be. Because if you are, your body's in a constant inflamed state." He started breaking it all down, right? I'm not going to go into it because this ain't medical advice or anything, just a story. But yeah, I was actually a nurse that helped me figure it all out, which is crazy. But I digress. I just want to share that as like, when you have a mystery element, like, oh, it could be so frustrating. And then for a parent, right, dealing with your baby who's like obviously going through something, and you don't know, you can't figure it out. Like the doctors can't figure it out. Man, it'd be so stressful. I can only imagine. Am I missing people? Hey, Tay, good to see you. Good to see you here. Thank you for being here. Trigger warning though. Trigger warning to anybody else is coming in. Trigger warning. This is a rough one. And then also smash that like and smash that share. Come on.
Stiffness and muscle atrophy. The disorder is exceedingly rare, but when it does occur, it is usually after an injury to a limb and primarily affects the extremities.
There she
There
is.
is no objective test.
Thank you, Jeannie Ann. Good to see you. Good to see you, Jeannie Ann.
Test available to diagnose CRPS. It is diagnosed solely based on clinical signs and symptoms. Some clinicians do not believe that CRPS exists. They believe that the symptoms may be psychosomatic. There is no cure for CRPS, but the pain can sometimes be managed.
Criminal
Typically,
Meg,
the
good to
symptoms
see you.
resolve on their own within a year, but for some people with that disorder, it can take longer. Anthony recommended that Maya receive ketamine infusions to treat the CRPS symptoms. The theory is that the ketamine resets the brain so it stops giving false signals of pain to the extremities. Maya's parents agreed to this treatment. Maya was given ketamine infusions every 3 or 4 weeks over the course of a year. Health insurance did not cover this expensive treatment. It was $10,000 for every 4-day session.
I will stop right here because Darcy, there we go. There we go. There's always somebody with some valuable information in this chat. This community rocks. I'm so sorry for your friend. That is horrible. Like, I didn't know I know there's like elements like this that are really hard to figure out. you know, with like neurological issues. Like there's all kinds of crazy stuff, but I didn't know anything about this case or that the CRPS. It's brutal. I can imagine after listening to this story as we get through it, like that's why I keep saying trigger warning, like what she goes through, but then what happens afterward is just it's so sad.
The Kowalskis sold a rental property, and Beata worked extra shifts in order to continue Maya's treatment. They eventually took Maya to another physician who offered the same treatment at lower prices. In November of 2015, Maya's parents took her to Monterrey, Mexico for a 5-day treatment where Maya was sedated and given high doses of ketamine. Maya's condition,
I mean, that sounds wild, right? But man, there's some treatments that you can get um, in other countries for addiction, for mental health issues that actually work. It's crazy. I know it's crazy. Or they work and they're like a fraction of the cost as they are here. Imagine that, right? That's a whole nother. That's a whole nother video for a different channel.
improved dramatically, her pain decreased, the lesions healed, and her feet were no longer turned inward. Unfortunately, the improvements were not permanent. On October 6, 2016, 10-year-old Maya woke up in the middle of the night complaining of severe abdominal pain. Jack took Maya to Johns Hopkins All Children's Hospital. When Beata was done work, she made her way to the hospital as well. Maya's parents explained to clinicians how Maya was diagnosed with CRPS, described her symptoms, and mentioned the effectiveness of ketamine.
So listen to that, right? You have a mom showing up saying, "Look, this is what my daughter's been diagnosed with. This is what she's been treated with," right? Like, yo, I don't know. As the story unfolds, you see what I'm talking about. Like these doctors, I'm not with it. I'm not with
A
it.
nurse attempted to conduct an ultrasound on Maya, but Beata informed the nurse that Maya could not tolerate that test without receiving a ketamine infusion. The nurse became concerned and contacted a social worker who, after speaking with Beata, considered Beata's behavior to be a sign of neglect. The social worker reported the
So knowing what your daughter has, knowing how to treat it, uh, that's a sign of neglect. Damn, that's new to me, guys. That's new to me. I thought moms that knew what was going on with their kids and knew how to take care of them were. I thought that was like being a good mom. Like what?
incident to the Department of Children and Families, otherwise known as DCF. The
Oh,
report was rejected because there was not enough evidence. However, staff at the hospital were not satisfied. They had grave concerns about Beata's behavior. For example, Beata was pushy and highly interested in Maya receiving ketamine. She even specifically recommended using 1,500 milligrams of that drug. She was aggressive toward staff who disagreed with her. She screamed at them and demanded that Maya be placed into a medically induced coma. When Beata left Maya's hospital room, Maya did not appear to be in as much pain.
so like some of the stuff that he's gonna state here, um, I can't 100% say it's factual or not. Like I'm gonna watch the trial, obviously, and watch it all unfold and watch witnesses come up and give their statements. But the way I see it, the medical staff would probably have took her as being aggressive. You know what I mean? But if you look at it as a parent, like you have a mom who's from another country, another culture, who knows what's wrong with her daughter, knows how to treat it, and she's not being taken seriously, right? And like you women know, like if it's your kid and you know, and you go down there and the medical staff ain't taking you serious, y'all gonna go mama bear. You're gonna go mama bear. I know it. I already know. Like I don't know all you ladies that follow this channel yet, but I'm getting to know y'all, and I can already tell the way that some of you guys express yourselves. Y'all would be Mama Grizzly up in there. Then we're taking you serious about your baby that's sitting there in pain. At least that's my opinion. I could be wrong. Y'all can tell me in chat if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure y'all would be pretty damn aggressive. See, there you go, right? There you go, criminal man. Yeah. Boom. Right there.
For example, she cried less. Beata suggested that Maya wanted to go to heaven because she was in so much pain, and Maya had not eaten for 5 days prior to arriving at the hospital. A second report was filed with the state the next day, but the concern this time was about overtreatment instead of neglect. It stated that Maya was not in pain, but Beata insisted that she was, and indicated that was believed to have mental health issues. As all this was going on, the
Yeah, the staff can be scared of parents that actually understand. We just had that thing, right? I mean, I don't know, man. I think in our society, we're having a real issue with authority types feeling like they can overstep parent boundaries. And then, the educated types thinking that they know so much more than an uneducated parent. But yet, I find parents that don't have like technical, medical, education. If their baby has something, they will turn into a damn professional at whatever that thing is. They will research to the ends of the earth to figure out what's wrong with their baby and to understand it completely. I'm just saying. So when Mama Bear come in and said, "Hey, my kid's been diagnosed with this, been prescribed this to treat this to get it in check," you might want to listen and not just think she's crazy. I'm just saying. What else you guys saying in chat? What am I missing? Definitely right. $100%. All right, let's proceed, guys.
Kowalskis were not happy about the way Maya was being treated. On October 10, they requested that Maya be discharged from the hospital. The hospital staff refused this request and warned Jack and Beata that if they attempted to take Maya out of the hospital, they would be arrested. Both Beata and Jack.
No, bro. I don't like this type of shit right here, man. Yo, man, I don't like situations where you got some good damn parents and they're put in a position where their kids are like at risk of being taken from them. Like, bro, you want to see the worst part of me? Put me in that situation. Put me in that situation 100%. Man, you put me in that situation, oh my Lord. I'm telling you, like Dumpling or Huntress or Dolly would end up having to do a true crime, documentary on me because, bro, it's gonna be like that. Just saying.
Were forbidden from seeing Maya in the hospital.
Mm-mm.
One of the treatment providers with whom the Kowalskis interacted was a physician named Sally Smith. She worked in the hospital, but not for the hospital. She was employed by a company called Suncoast Center Incorporated, which had a contract with Florida to look out for the welfare of children. Sally came to believe that Beata had factitious disorder imposed on another, which is sometimes called Munchausen syndrome.
Yo, so it's like this one person's all, well, I think this is what's happening. So it's one thing for the medical, staff or that whole department to do a little, hey, I'm scared something's on the up and up. You know what I mean? The little investigative, part of the deal, and then like report it. But it's like a whole nother day you start getting aggressive with a parent and actually try to impose like you ain't taking your damn kid. It's so crazy. I don't know how I'd get through this, guys. I'm gonna tell you right now. I just let me see what you guys say in the chat. Thank you, Jeannie Ange. Appreciate you. Let's see what else we got in here. What you saying, criminal mad? Yo, that's like a whole different situation, though. For real, yo. That's different, right? I mean, we're talking about physically fighting, dropping babies. Then definitely got to step in, yo. That's a whole different situation. At that point, yo, man, I don't give a shit if they're the parent, who they are. You drop a baby, you get slapped upside your damn head, not just separated. Like, what the hell is wrong with you? Yeah, I don't know how I would have handled that one. I'd have been, some parents would have been left lumped up. Apologize.
by proxy. This is a disorder where a caregiver intentionally induces, falsifies, or exaggerates manifestations of physical or mental health symptoms in a person who is under their care. Over time, Sally changed her mind about this diagnosis. She came to believe that Maya had factitious disorder imposed on self. According to Sally,
Yeah, so this lady's like, well, first, I think it's the mom's fault. She's obviously imposing all this on her daughter and just causing her daughter mental anguish through mental manipulation, emotional manipulation, right? Let's go ahead and report her. Let's go ahead and be aggressive with her and judge her. And then all of a sudden, you're going to change it up and be like, oh, no, I think it's the little girl that's doing that. I think she's just making this stuff up. You know what I mean? She's just making it up. It's just all in her head. She's imposing this thing on herself, right? But like, we're not going to change how we're addressing the parents at this point. We're just going to keep treating them like, you guys know. Not cool, man. Not cool. Bees, yo, it's my favorite honey producer. It's good to see you. Bees, check it out. You said something about my address, sending me some honey. I'm just saying, the email to hit me up, my email is down in the description, right, for the video. And then over, in the channel description, there's that. And then there's also Discord. You can hit me up, or you hit me up over on Instagram. All those links, you can find them to, link up. I'll get you that address. I want some of that honey, man. I've been thinking about that honey. I was thinking about when I was making my tea just now. I was like, man, that honey that would be bomb right now. I'm just saying. Just throwing it out there, bees.
it wasn't Maya's mother, Beata, who was causing the symptoms, as would be the case with factitious disorder imposed on another. Rather, it was Maya who was responsible. Maya remained in the hospital as the Kowalskis hired a lawyer to fight for custody. At a hearing in January of 2017, the Kowalskis' attorney asked the judge if Beata could give her daughter a hug. The judge denied the request, claiming that the status of the case was uncertain. Beata was
What the are you? First of all, what he's saying right now, right? Yo, I don't even know how I could process that as a parent. Like I said, I'm gonna catch a case, guys. I'm gonna catch a case. And the other thing that caught me off guard was what Criminal Med said right here. That's wild. What the hell? Dude. How do you not put hands on people like that? I know you gotta be professional and stuff, but like, tell me a part of you don't want to follow them out into the parking lot. Just, I bet, man. I bet. What are you saying, Bees? I know you got jokes. I seen a laughy face. Here's some for the time being. Good old Bees. Good old Bees. I appreciate the humor. Let's see. Yes, indeed. This whole thing is trigger warning. Tay, good to see you. Ty. That's a different, yeah. Caught me off guard with that. Is that a new picture? That's a new picture, I believe. I could be wrong. Maybe it just looks different on my picture. But good to see you. What else you guys saying? All right, well, let's roll with it. Let's go.
Was devastated by the judge's decision. After returning home from court, Beata left, telling Jack that she was going to a CVS drugstore. When she returned home,
Bees, this case, it's the Maya Kowalski trial. She's suing Johns Hopkins. It's so complicated. It's crazy. So basically, she got bad treatment, and during the bad treatment, well, it's about to tell the story of what happened because of her bad treatment. Basically, they started accusing her mom and father of neglect. They filed on her because she knew her daughter's exact diagnosis, how to treat it, but it's not something you usually hear about or treat. So, yeah, they basically took this damn kid medical hostage, from what I'm taking, and some more bad stuff ensues after that. He's about to break that part down. If that answers. Okay, see, I thought so. I thought so. I went to say, "Hey, Tay," and I was like, "Is that Tay? That's Tay, right?" And I was like, "That's a new picture. It has to be." It's good to see you here, though, man. It's good to see you all here. Thank you guys for being here. Yeah, bees. Like I said, this video we're watching is a breakdown of what happened, and then after we watch this video, we're gonna watch the opening statements for the plaintiff and the defense. So you get caught up on the whole story basically by the end of today's live, like we do. You know, we do it. We cover it all. That we have a good understanding once we leave the live, what's popping.
Home, she was intoxicated. The next day, the Kowalski family was supposed to attend a birthday party in the neighborhood. Beata said that she had a headache and did not
Trigger warning, guys. It's gonna get bad. It's gonna get emotional.
want to attend. When Jack returned from the party, he noticed that the door to his son's bedroom was closed. He assumed that Beata was asleep in the room. The next morning, a relative who was visiting the Kowalski family entered the garage and found Beata. She had brought an end to her own life by hanging. Beata was 43 years old. She died 87 days after being separated from her daughter Maya. Beata left a note where she indicated how she believed she had been treated like a criminal and how her daughter's suffering was only getting worse. After Beata's death, the judge allowed Maya to be evaluated by another physician. This
Bro. The medical facility drove her mama to unalive herself because her mama felt like her being alive was keeping her baby locked up medically. Like, what the fuck? I told you guys when I heard this story this morning, I was like, we gotta cover this. Hey, Sassy7, good to see you, man. Good to see you. The sassiest of them all. But yeah, guys, when I heard this morning, oh my lord, I was like, yo, we covering this today. This is today's live. This is what we're covering. We need a little break from other cases. But man, and it's like, I don't know how many of you, as you're listening to the story, can like really put yourself in the shoes of this mother. You know what I mean? As a parent, it is so heartbreaking. I don't know, man. I don't know how I'd survive it. Yeah, I digress, guys. Let's keep rolling.
This physician concluded that Maya did not
Tashi!
have factitious disorder imposed on self. Rather, she suffered from TRPP'S. 5 days after her mother's death, Maya was allowed to return home. Over the next few years, Maya recovered quite a bit, but still suffered from some pain. A court order was put in place preventing Maya or her family from seeking ketamine to treat her symptoms. In October 2018, the Kowalskis filed a lawsuit against Johns Hopkins All Children's Hospital and Suncoast. In 2021, Suncoast settled the case for $2.5 million. The trial for the case against the hospital is set to start in September 2023.
Okay, so obviously that's today, right? First day of the trial was today. And I'm going to listen to the whole trial because I didn't know about the other one, right? Like I said, I just found out about all this today. From what I've heard so far, though, I'm not really liking the hospital per se too much. And at this point, unless I'm swayed differently during the trial, I hope that freaking medical establishment gets their asses taxed. But that's just how I feel right now. We'll see how I feel at the end of the trial. We'll see how I feel. Tashi, no problem. Thank you for accepting it. You don't have to. You can tell me to take that off of you, that you don't want that. But if you want that, I appreciate you. Appreciate you. Let's spread the love around the world, Tashi. All right, guys, let's keep rolling.
Now, moving to my analysis. Here are my thoughts on a few areas that stood out to me in this case. Item number 1. After accusing Beata of having factitious disorder imposed on another, Sally Smith changed her mind and said that Maya had factitious disorder imposed on self.
So it's like at that point, the medical institution should have just been like, you know what? We might have messed up a little bit. We still think some stuff's going on with her. We're not convinced about, the diagnosis you were talking about, but we definitely know it's not you. We apologize. Let's go ahead and let's make things right. No, they don't do that, right? They just keep being freaking asshats, man. Oh my lord.
As it turns out, it seems likely that both of Sally's diagnoses were incorrect. In addition, the way the Kowalski family was treated after Sally made the diagnosis did not make any sense. If Sally was correct in her diagnosis of Maya,
I hope so, Criminal Med. I hope so. I hope they pay. That poor mom, man. I'm telling you right now, bro. Woo. Oh,
it would mean that Beata had not engaged in any wrongdoing. Despite this, Beata's contact with Maya was severely restricted. She was only allowed to communicate with Maya through video chat and telephone, no in person contact. This is inconsistent with the idea that Maya had factitious disorder imposed on self. Beata was still being treated as if she had done something wrong, even though Sally concluded she had not.
so yeah, we think your kid's imposing all these symptoms on themselves, but we're going to keep treating you like you're a piece of parent and you can't even hug your child. Like, you can't be, you have to do video chats with your child. Like, what the fuck? Bro, I'm trying to be, a responsible content creator here right now and be like, we got to let it all play out, guys. We got to, hear the whole thing. But man, fucking screw them people, bro. I'm sorry. I apologize. My French. Mom, apologize. Don't yell at me. But yeah, dude, forget these people, dude. I can't. I can't, man. I hope they get taxed so bad. Oh, I hope they get taxed. And I hope like cases like this, I feel like they need more. They need to be out there more, right? They need to be bigger. More people need to see them because then like more things get changed, like more protocols get changed where if like you're in a situation like this where you think a parent might be, off a little bit, there's like oversight to make sure that the situation is handled properly. That makes sense to me, but I don't know. Today's society, it seems like if it makes too much sense, you can't rock with it, which is, I don't know if you agree with that, but that's what it feels like lately. What are you guys saying in chat? Your back map, you can bounce around, bro. I get it. There's a lot of places to be on these YouTube streets. As long as you make appearance, you know what I mean? Rock a little bit with me or come back and watch a replay. We all good. We good. But I hope you're practicing that stream art, brother. I hope you're getting ready to do them lives. All right, let's roll. Let's keep rolling.
Sally's diagnosis carries another implication. If she was correct, it would mean that Maya did not have CRPS. The problem is that the hospital billed insurance for over $650,000 related to Maya's care. 174 of the billing entries were for CRPS. The hospital.
Peace. Yo, I said sorry, all right? God, why you gotta come for me like that? Call me out. But like, listen to this, guys. Seriously? It's like, we're going to misdiagnose your child twice, but charge you for what you said she has, even though we're telling you she don't have that. The fuck? Make that make sense. Make it make sense, right, guys? Make it make sense.
Hospital was billing for a diagnosis that they claimed Maya did not actually have. Item number 2. Beata was initially accused of having factitious disorder imposed on another. The hospital staff thought that she was mentally ill and was harming her daughter. Like Beata was coaching Maya to state that she was in pain or maybe even directly causing the symptoms. This conclusion was used to keep Beata separated from her daughter. Beata was assessed by a mental health clinician who stated that she did not have factitious disorder imposed on another, but she may have had adjustment disorder due to Maya's illness and removal from the family home. Beata had no mental health history before the incident with the hospital. This brings me to item number 3. Why did the staff at the hospital generate such a negative opinion of Beata?
All right, guys. So at this point in this video, he's going to start giving his opinions, right? And this is Dr. Todd Grande, right? So he's a doctor. So he's going to start giving opinions about this case that are very medical pro-establishment biased. Like he favors the medical establishment in his statements. So I find it way too biased to entertain on this breakdown what we're doing here. Like I said, I like to stay more neutral. You know what I mean? And like he goes pretty hard for being pro medical establishment. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna call it wraps on this first video because that was all the main stuff I wanted to just kind of get us caught up and refreshed on, or if you've even heard about this case. So the next two videos is the opening for the plaintiffs and the opening for defense, and that'll really give us like the full rundown of the story, you know, from both people's sides. And yeah, that'll be it for this live once we get through those two videos. But guys, we got another good hour or so of video to get through. So I hope you all ready, got something to drink, got some snacks. With that being said, let me cue this one up, and let's see. Here's Maya's lawyer. Maya's the plaintiff. What do you guys say in the chat, man? I look away for 1 minute, sitting here jabbering, and y'all start talking in chat. Oh, you got my mama's back, huh, bees? Okay, cool. Yeah, she appreciates that. Oh my goodness, y'all gonna get my mom started, y'all. Yo, I'm gonna put you all in timeout. Oh, don't make me put you all in timeout. I'll do it. Yo, she lives a little bit. She's not like she lives in the same town as me, y'all. She lives up north. Out here, our gas just hit like $5.25 to almost $6 plus a gallon. So traveling right now on this one job budget, trust me, I would be up there more if I could. She knows that. Yo, but she definitely appreciates your guys' backup, man. I'm gonna put you all in timeout. Actually, I'm gonna put the whole damn chat in timeout. Yeah, thank you, Genie Edge. There's some positivity. I love you guys. Love you guys. Love you, Mom. You know I love you. Yo. All right, let's proceed. Once in chat, if you guys can hear this video, stop giving me a hard time.
Maya is seen by 5 different doctors and groups of nurses and social workers from the ER. And she comes in about 8:46 in the morning, and she's crying and screaming, and she's in a fetal position, clutching her stomach, and she is just out of her mind. And
thank you, Sassy.
The ER doctors there start to react rather negatively to this. Beata comes in approximately 2 to 3 hours later and once again goes through the history, which Jack is trying to relate, of all of the different visits to Johns Hopkins and all the different treatments and how everything has failed. And the only thing that has worked has been the long-term ketamine infusions. And we can try this. Can we try that? Can we try a pump? Can we try, what can we do to get our daughter out of pain?
Oh my Lord. One, guys, I should have said this before we got started. Trigger warning, because what he starts talking about, it's, you know what I mean? Trigger warning. Other thing we're going to go ahead and, other thing we're going to cover now is, really, bees? Really, bees? Really? Yo, okay, Mab, let me guess. You're going for the Niners? So is my mom. So if you're going for the Niners, yo, Mom, you got a friend in chat. Oh, that's funny, Ty? Huh? That's funny, huh? Yeah. All right. I'm done with you all in chat. I'm done with y'all. Y'all talking football games I don't care about and harass me about going to see my mom. I'm done with y'all. I'm about to just play this shit and turn on my screen. I'm just playing. Love you guys. Let's go.
For some reason, the doctors there either review all the past records and the some 7 to 8 to 9 prior visits, and the fact that she's had surgery there to have a port implanted to help her with the ketamine infusion. But for some reason, they decide that that isn't it at all. she really doesn't have CRPS, that the mom must be making all of this up, that this is, as a nurse who we think is the one who actually made this diagnosis, Munchausen by proxy, textbook Munchausen by proxy. Now imagine this is an ER, the child's back there, the parents pulling their hair out, trying to explain to the hospital, this is what Jack will testify to, and Beata is trying to explain to them in an ER where they've been about 5 times before, exactly all the history that's going back, that's already in their records, including records from the other hospital. Everything's there. For some reason, the doctors, nurses, and social workers ignore all of that. And
Yo, for real, that's what I'm saying, man. Are you kidding me right now? Wait, TRP, eat some crowns. I'm not a Marine. I was gonna go in the military, but my dad told me to go with the company that hired me. I've been with them for like 21 years, or else I'd probably be eating crowns. Okay, I'd probably be eating crowns. You're right. Let's see. Y'all are wilding in chat. I love it. I love it. Man, dude. What do you do, ladies? What do you do? Your kid has this rare issue that's hardly ever seen, but you figured out what it is. You know how to take care of it, even though the treatment's a little bit, rare itself. You go in, you're telling them that you have documentation, but they're not taking you serious to the point where they think that you aren't taking your kid well enough where they're going to file on you. They're going to file on you and put you in such a bad mental state that you're going to end up unaliving yourself because you believe that your existence on this planet now is keeping your daughter in medical jail. And the only way for her to get out of that is for you not to be there anymore. Like, what the hell, guys? Dude, absolutely heartbreaking. This is absolutely heartbreaking.
This is not CRPS, that this is the child is making it up and the parents are making it up, and then this must be child abuse by the parents. Now, the court has told you that there's pretty much a hair trigger on suspicions, and so they make the call, and that's not part of this case. You're supposed to make the call. Slightest different suspicion, you're supposed to make the call. So that's not a bad thing, whether it was right or not.
Criminal matter, talk about the hospital notes, the case notes, right? I'd like to see that too, but come on, right? I've known a few nurses in my day, and I know that not everything that's said about patients is written down. So it's like, even if we saw the notes, would it all be there? You know what I mean? Yeah, right. I mean, absolutely, Sassy 7. Absolutely. It's heartbreaking. I'm gonna have to try that next time, Beast. Will you send me some of that honey? Send me some of that honey. I'll sample it with the crown. I dare me. Say I won't do it. You send me some, I'll do it. I swear. You pick the color. Yeah, I agree with you, Hindsights. It's bad. It's bad. I mean, think about the level of narcissistic hubris that you have to be like, yeah, this parent is demonstrating these traits, so they definitely aren't taking care of their kid properly. And oh my God, she's saying this crazy thing I don't know about because I'm not a specialist in these things. And I'm gonna go ahead and just pass judgment that she's one of those crazy type. She's probably like, one of those hippie types that do all this crazy treatments and stuff. Like, bro, they profiled her is what they did. They straight up profiled her, and then they straight treated her like trash, even after the diagnosis was reversed. It's absolute bullshit. I apologize, mom, apologize. You can't, you guys can't come for me with these ones. These little slips on this type of case, y'all can't come for me, all right? This is absolutely horrible. What are you guys saying? Right. Mm-hmm. That's true. I mean, you shouldn't be able to, right? Criminal med. There should be so much oversight that something like this really shouldn't happen. You know, it really shouldn't. But should it happen and does happen are obviously two different things. Let's keep rolling.
At that moment, the case is about what happens after that and the failure to diagnose previously so that none ever happen.
Real quick, before he progresses, like criminal med, you could correct me if I'm wrong with this. You can correct me if I'm wrong with this, but like issues like this, right? Like these rare diseases or conditions like this, they're so horrible that if you don't get them under control when you have like a flare up or break, whatever you want to call it, right? They're so bad, and they can cause so much long-term damage that it could be life-changing if you don't get the proper treatment. Correct me if I'm wrong, criminal med. Correct me if I'm wrong on that. But like immediate response and like taking care of it properly, it's everything. Yo, bees, $2 in the jar every time you curse. I can't afford that. I'm sorry. I can't afford that. Live in California. Have you seen the prices out here? You have no clue. I'm not joking. The cheapest I saw gas today was $5.35 a gallon, guys, out here. And then obviously if you run a premium, it's pretty much $6 a gallon. It's crazy. It's crazy. I can't even afford to go to work. Damn near. It's insane. What else y'all saying? Yeah, no. Okay, so I dated a nurse before, right? I dated a nurse, and she, anytime they put her anywhere, she always ended up being kind of like the main person. But nobody liked her because she did everything the right way, right? So like she would butt heads with people all the time because she would want to go by the book and do what you're supposed to do properly, right? And other people want to half-ass stuff. So that's why I know a little bit about the medical field. I spent some time learning all about it every day. Right? There you go. See? Right? So I'm somewhat on point, right? It's like the damage that can be done if it's not treated on a flare up or breakout or whatever the experience is, if the shit gets out of control, it can like nerve damage, neurological damage, all kinds of stuff. Yo, that's so sad, man. You're already looking at a short lifespan from it, guys. So this poor girl, we're gonna see her. You see her right there. You see her, man. That's that young lady that is right behind her lawyer. That's her. And her life has been, the quality of her life has been forever changed since all this, on top of losing her mother. So her physical well-being and losing her mom. What else you guys saying in chat? Let me catch up in chat. Let's see. Thank you, Jeannie Ange. Thank you. I have the best mods in the game. I'm just saying, I'm going to throw it out there right now. And I'm probably going to say it quite a bit. I have gotten lucky and I've scouted out the best mods in the game, and they just so happen to come over and support me naturally. And yo, I'm blessed. Thank you all. Everybody got that blue wrench. I appreciate you all because I know that y'all can't be here every live, but there's always at least one or two of you all here on a live. And I appreciate you guys. I really do. You guys didn't have to accept that position and do that work. I know it's not crazy here yet, but you know what I mean? Appreciate you guys. Okay, I'll shut up. Let's keep going.
Maya, they try to take Maya home after the first night. They're told that they need to observe the child overnight. Fine. But by the second day, Maya is still in pain. They do knock her out with a lot of drugs to get rid of the initial pain. And they give her ketamine. So the next day, she's much calmer. And so then they decide that Maya cannot go home. They decide that taking her home is AMA, against medical advice. And they say, if you try to take your daughter home, we're calling security.
Yo, like that
So-
stuff right there, being told that, like you try to take your kid home, we're calling security. Dude, oh my Lord. Oh my Lord, guys. I couldn't handle it. Oh my Lord, I couldn't handle it.
The Kowalskis don't have much choice. They end up leaving. And the next thing they know, they're off to the races and Maya is an unbelievable journey up through and including the death of Beata. Now, what you'll notice in the records, again, the records paint a glowing report of Maya. Just how great she's doing, how much she enjoys things. What a great stay she's having. She's getting this, she's getting that. The only thing she was getting to do was play the piano. Maya knows how to play the piano. She got to play the piano, and she got to draw pictures. Every once in a while, she could send a letter. If she wanted to talk to her mom, it had to be on a supervised call. She could only see her dad and her brother on pre-arranged and monitored situations.
Yo, fudge that, bro. I said fudge, all right? Can't get me for that, ladies. But fudge that, bro. Fudge that. Serious? Mom could only monitor call, and then dad and brother had to have freaking scheduled visitation? Are you freaking kidding me? Oh, I don't like these people. Oh my Lord, I don't like these people. See, so warm water pool. Shit, man, water is amazing for recovery. That's what helped me get my back recovered to this point where I'm at right now. I have like two herniated compressed disc, and the pool has been instrumental in getting me back. No, I know. It's like it's exactly like she's in jail. And like, think about what we're talking about, right? What organization we're talking about. They're supposed to be all about, comfort and the kids and whatnot. There you go, right? Yeah, right. It's supposed to, right? This, like I was saying, right? This whole organization is supposed to be like family friendly about, unless I'm wrong, I could be wrong, but last time I checked, it's supposed to be one of those really good organizations that do amazing things for people, not like medically kidnap your child and put you into a unaliving state of mind. It's absolutely insane. Okay, bees, I promise next time I get a little extra money and like trust without getting into my situation, that's not very often. Next time I got some extra gas money, bees, I promise I'll go up there, right? I'll see her, I'll take a picture, I'll post to the community page, right? Bees, will you be happy then? Will you be happy, bees? Yo, Mr. K, good to see you, my brother. Let's let's keep proceeding.
If she wanted to see, they hired an attorney, obviously. If she wanted to see her attorney, the nurses would demand that the door stay open. She never had a private moment with an attorney. They're Polish Roman Catholic, which is about as Roman Catholic as you can get, and have a very close relationship with the priest. So the priest went in to see.
Oh, you tell the old lady and the little girl, I said, "What's up, Rooster? Hope you guys are having an amazing night out there."
Maya, and he will testify that when he arrived, he was told that he could not see Maya, and that she had had her religious artifacts taken away. We have a photograph of it.
You're too much, Sassy. Y'all are too much. Dreamweaver, good to see you. It's been a while. You might have been watching from the bushes or caught the replays of the recent lives, but it's good to see you in chat. Most definitely. Ah, yes, it's been a minute. Dreamweaver, you've been around for a while too. You've been around for a while. Appreciate you.
And he asked about this, and they said it's because we believe her mom is controlling her through religion.
What the fuck, man? Are you?
And so he was not allowed to see her that day. And it took a few other attempts. And then finally he was let in, but he was told no religious procedures.
What the fuck? Are you serious? Are you dead ass? Y'all tell me what kind of power they have to tell you you can't practice your religion or have a religious practice. Like, what are you fucking talking about? Oh yeah, I don't like these people, guys. Big time. No, I don't like these people. I really don't. Oh, I can't wait to get to the verdict. Better be in favor of Maya and her family. Oh my lord. Oh my lord. What do y'all say in the chat? Let me see what you're saying before we keep going. Mom, you calm down with that. You guys got her started. Y'all, once y'all get started on something, it's y'all too much. Y'all too much. What are you saying, Rooster? Yo, I know, man. There's a look, man. For as beautiful as that place is, and trust me, I fell in love with it the first time I went there. Yo, like it's a rough place to live, bro. There's a lot to contend with. There's a lot to contend with living there. It's so beautiful though, and the food is so delicious. Damn, I fell in love with it so hard. The Saints became my second football team. I'm just saying that. 100%. People are definitely going cray. Absolutely, Dream Reader. Our society is just, it's melting. Yeah, it is. Yeah, I know, bees. I know. I know, y'all. Y'all run the channel. I just get up here and talk. You guys are the one that run things. Trust me, dude. I was telling chat yesterday on live. I was telling chat because they were asking me where back east I wanted to go. I was telling them like my first spot was Tennessee. I was like, but if my boy Brewster has his way, I'll be down, in the Gulf. All right, guys, let's keep rolling.
So, no religious procedures. I told you already about the 42 hours of being placed in a darkened room and told this is a new type of EEG, Maya. We're gonna really figure this out if this is in your mind or not. No, it wasn't. It was the surveillance room. And again, the goal, because these doctors had somehow gotten confused to think that CRPS includes paralysis. Paralysis is not part of CRPS at all. And yet they were trying to prove that Maya could actually get out of bed, that she was faking it, that she was sitting in that wheelchair all the time, just, I don't know what reason, but she was faking all this.
One, back row Becky, good to see you. That's right, baby. Let's go. And two, oh my lord, are you serious? They set this little girl up. They're like, oh, she lying. It's Cat, bro. We're gonna record her and prove that this little girl making all this stuff up because she has a good reason to sit here and make all this crap up. Like, what kid wants to be stuck in a damn hospital, stuck in a hospital bed, or stuck in a wheelchair? Like, for real? Are you tripping right now? It's so asinine. Oh man, I tell you what, some people need a good throat punch. I'm not promoting violence or anything. I'm just saying, y'all feel me, right? Some people in this world need a good throat punch. I'm just saying. Once again, I'm not promoting violence. It's just, I'll shut up. Yo, bees. Before we get going, bees, check it out, bees. I knew I liked bees. Check it out. I'm not a hardcore football fan anymore, right? Grew up until junior high. I mean, not junior, my junior year of high school. I was hardcore. I played too much. And then I don't know. I just fell out of love with it, right? And then slightly after high school, MMA came in, UFC, training, jiu-jitsu, all that. So that being said, I was born into being a Dallas Cowboys fan. So I still rock with them. That is my team. Hey, man, once you're with somebody, you can't jump ship, bro. You have to ride. You have to ride through the good times and the bad times. So, bees, I rock with you. Right, Criminal Man? 100%. That's what I'm saying. Why would this little girl be like, oh, yes, I have all these ailments? Like, what the hell? Like, why? These people are just coping, right? They're trying to make up excuses and shit for their horrible judgment. They profiled this mom wrong. They completely treated her wrong, misdiagnosed her. I mean, it's a damn mess. What else you guys saying? Let's see. Green Bay Packers with Dreamweaver. Man. Yeah, prayers, Rooster. Man, that, yo, I hate hearing my people struggling, dude. You know you're on my prayers, brother. Let's see. 100%. I'm with that. I didn't know you guys did that, dude, but I should have figured y'all did. But with our conversations, the way that you think, I should have just figured that. All right, guys. Let's go ahead and jump back over to the video.
Actually, when nobody was watching, Maya was getting up out of that chair and walking around everywhere. So they put the commode just a little bit out of reach, right? Figuring when she thinks nobody's watching, just get up and she had to go to the bathroom, go over there. Well, that didn't happen. And you'll see video of Maya having to be carried over to the commode.
So these asshats tried to set her up with the freaking toilet to like see if she'd go to it by herself. And like, for you, really? Bro, this is like, I can't even find the words for this one, right? This is one of those ones where I'm just like, these people I'm trying to figure out what their mentality is. Are they ignorant? Are they narcissistic? Are they both? I mean, what is it? What makes you decide that you're going to try to set a child up to see if they're lying and put them through what they put this poor girl through? It's, oh, man. Oh, yo.
Of course, her skin started to show the lesions again. Maya started on a dive. Badly getting worse. Depressed. The lesions are forming. You'll see them. Yeah, here. Now, they just may look like scratches here, but you can't see too much of the stuff on the back. What you'll notice through the series of photographs, and thank goodness Dad here took photographs of Maya's lesions.
Yo, that's so funny. Pack bro, Becky. I have a story of my oldest daughter. Yo, she did that same thing. She snuck up and got some cupcakes out of the fridge. And this is when I was living back in Arkansas. And we were staying with my parents. And about that time, my stepmom got home. She come rolling in, and my daughter had already put all the stuff back in the fridge, but had chocolate all over her face. And my stepmom was like, "Did you get into those cupcakes?" My daughter's like, "No." Straight up chocolate all over her damn face, bro. I'm not even lying. And she straight up, "No, I didn't." So you ain't lying, back row back. You ain't lying.
And you'll see those photographs, and I want you to compare them to the medical records, because you'll see on the dermatological reports, you'll see skin normal, and yet you'll have photographs from that day showing lesions. On January 6th, they decided that they needed photographs to prove that Maya really didn't have as many lesions as they said. So they brought someone else in, and we have better pictures. You can see a little bit of Maya's face there. They claim, oh, this didn't bother her at all. There was no authorization from the family, no notification to the family. Maya was screaming bloody murder not to do this because it hurt. They took off her clothes except for...
So we're not going to listen to the mom that knows the exact diagnosis, how to treat it and everything. We're going to go ahead and go through all this extra BS and do some shit we don't even normally do and put this child through an immense amount of pain. You know what I mean? Just because we're a bunch of freaking narcissists and we know what's right and you don't, parent. Oh, guys. And like I said, in my opinion, you want to find a specialist in something, right? If there's some type of ailment out there and you want to know about it, you want to be educated about it, find a parent whose child has that ailment, and you will find a professional that knows probably everything there is to know about it on the damn planet, right? I know a bunch of you moms can second that. Yo, a mom's baby comes down with something, she will become a professional in that thing, 100%. So they're not listening to this mom when she rolled in there with documentation and knowledge and all that. Like, oh, that shit pisses me off so bad. No, I'm not putting $2 in the swear jar.
Her training bra and her shorts, pulled down her shorts, pulled up her shorts there to take photographs of her. Now their testimony is, oh, this wasn't bad on her at all. She was fine with it. No, what she's told is, if you don't let us take photographs, you're not going to see your mom. That's what they told her. So they end up taking photographs, and somehow, where are the photographs? We've only got a few. We do have photographs from the father at the time, however. So by this point, it's pretty bad. Let's talk just briefly about Beata. During this period of time, Beata is only allowed to talk to her daughter. Hopefully we'll be able to play some of the tapes where we'll be able to hear Beata trying to talk to her daughter, but they put certain things off limits, like, how are you doing? How is your treatment? How is your medication? Things like that. No, you can't talk about that. Not allowed to talk about that. They're the most mundane things you can imagine on these telephone calls.
You're funny, Bees. You are funny. I'll just put that towards the StreamYard fund, that I got to pay for to keep this show rolling. All right. I'll just put it towards that.
You are allowed to use them. And in those, you'll hear one of the social workers, Kathy Beatty, who was assigned Maya. Now, she was a social worker from one floor, but wherever Maya went, Kathy Beatty followed. And we have the trail of emails and notes leading from notification to the general counsel, through risk management, on down to one of the senior doctors, down to Beatty, about doing this stuff, including what you just saw there in the photograph. We'll prove they knew it at the highest levels. Beata is going freaking nuts. The evidence will show.
And can you blame her for going freaking nuts? Yo, man, I'm telling you right now, dude. My heart's broken for her. My heart is broken for her. Like, what happened to her is, as a parent, as just a damn human being, like, oh, dude. Can you imagine being told that you're a bad parent when, like, you literally love the shit out of your kid and you'll do anything for your kid? And you've proven that throughout her medical history. Like, you are there. And to be told this by a medical facility that you're being neglectful, you're like a bad parent, and like you can't see your kid, and oh my god, guys, I'm having a hard time just that whole concept. I hate being like one of those empathic people, having empathy, because it hurts in true crime, bro. You start listening to these stories and you just put yourself in their shoes, and those emotions are so damn strong, and you're only feeling a fraction of what they felt, what they were going through. I mean, it's rough, man.
They find out that Bees had some disciplinary problems. They find out, kind of through the grapevine, how bad things are for Maya. They find out about the lesions. Now her feet are completely turned in. And Maya has become so weak, the CRPS has developed to the point where she can't sit up straight. Okay? Now, on the evening of January 7th, Beata, they were going to a party. Jack and Kyle were going to a birthday party, I think. And Beata had been not acting herself at all for a number of days. And she didn't want to go to the birthday party. She didn't really want to go anywhere for a long time. The only thing she did was go to work. She was withdrawn. She and Jack had been having screaming fights because Jack did not want her to be so absorbed with this. He was more of the, let's just try to get her out of there, work her out. And Beata was trying everything.
Y'all are too much in chat. I'm over here trying to be professional true crime content creator, bring you all the true crime content. Y'all wilding in the chat. Too much. Oh my Lord. Trust me, there's a lot more to all the backstory, ladies. There's a lot more to my life backstory over the last 5 years. Trust me.
Legal, social, every possible way to get her child out, and her child was not coming out, and she found it.
Quick, criminal men, I know. It can do some seriously bad damage. Seriously bad damage. And that's even when it's being used correctly. But from what it sounds like is like one of the only things that was strong enough to help her with what she had going on. But I agree with you. That stuff's bad. I know, man. All the moms in chat are lighting me up. All right, ladies. All right. Trust me. I love my mother. I do. Trust me. There's a lot that goes on in my life y'all don't know about. All right. Like, I don't really leave town a lot lately either over the last 2 years because I take care of my grandparents. Trust me. There's a lot going on behind the scenes, but I still love you guys for busting my balls. I appreciate it. Gotta have some people keeping you accountable, and I do appreciate it. Yeah, I know, Bees. Cherry. Y'all got the cherry red popping now. All right, guys. You know too much. I'm going to keep going.
Through several sources.
We're going to be up here
the
for 4
condition
hours,
that
Joe.
Maya was in and what was happening to Maya. And on that evening, once they were out, she decided to take some belts and put them together, go out to the garage, make a noose, put a stand below her feet to be able to reach it. She took an IV of saline solution and put the IV in her arm and left a cell phone with a note that said, retribution, retaliation, out. And she left.
Like, dude, seriously. That medical department literally drove her mom to unaliving herself. And those notes that were left, yo, beyond heartbreaking, right? Look at her daughter. Look at the emotion in that little girl's face back there. Look at Maya's face. She has to live with this condition, right? That she's going to die early from, that she lives with pain every day from, doesn't get to live a normal life, right? And every time she feels any of that pain, and it's just a constant reminder of her condition and what she's gone through, and that her condition cost her mom's life in a roundabout way. So can you imagine that? Like, the correlation, like the constant reminder of your mom's passing in that type of way, and what notes were left. Like, guys, man, this is it's a rough one, man. It's a rough one.
2 suicide notes, which we'll try to bring before you, telling you about why she did it. It took probably about 22 minutes, according to pathologists, to strangle to death. She'd kicked the stand out from under her. When Jack and Kyle got home, they thought that she was sleeping in another room, which they did a lot.
Yo. Oh my God, dude. Trigger warning. My God, I'm sorry, guys. This shit is bad. This is so bad. Let me see what you guys are saying in the chat real quick. I need a little emotional break. Yeah, I need to laugh a little bit. This is heavy. This one's heavy, guys. What's my backstory? Hey, you know what? Check this out. Y'all giving, messing with me, y'all. Y'all messing with me today. I feel it. It's cool. It's my day. I'll take it. I'm good with it. But my backstory. How about this, y'all? Y'all get my watch hours up to where we get the memberships rolling, and I'll put that in members. I'll put that as members only content. We'll do some members only live, some Q&A. I'll tell you guys a little bit more about my backstory. Y'all can really get to know me. So, Bees, just saying, you want answers, help me get them hours up. Put your boys' videos on repeat on a device you ain't using and help me get them hours up. See what else you guys are saying. I agree, Sassy. None of this shit ever got to this point. Like, the first misdiagnosis, when that was turned around to where they didn't think it was the mom anymore, everything should have changed. Like, everything should have changed at that point. Thank you, Jeannie Ange. Hit that sub if you're new here. Hit that like. Everybody should be hitting that like, right? I mean, we're all trained. Me, myself, I hit the like when I come in. I hit the like for everybody's videos, right? By now, we're all veterans. We should know. Appreciate you, Jeannie. Catching up the chat, guys. Just give me a minute. Let me see what else y'all are saying. 100% heartbreaking, Sassy. You would say back, check it out, Dreamweaver. I'm an open book. I'm an open book type of person. I'm not very private. I could care really less of what people know about me. I ain't got nothing to hide. I don't have like this long ass criminal rap sheet. So I could care less. And to be honest with you, the type of channel I want to have and the type of community I want to have and the type of content creator I want to be is going to be a very, hands-on. Like I want not just to put out these videos and these lives and entertain you guys, but I want to get to know everybody, right? Like this, you guys make my community happen. So just sit up here and not communicate with y'all, not to get to know y'all or let y'all get to know me, just seems very impersonal. And I think that YouTube's about really based around people's lives, you know what I mean? Like originally, and then we started breaking into all these genres and stuff. But just because I do true crime and a lot of people try to hide their identity because they don't want to be doxxed, like there's fucking dox me. I don't care. Show up at my house. I don't care. It'd be a really bad idea for your health. And then I would make content out of it and we'd get views. So it is what it is. Let's see. What else y'all saying? That's the thing is like, with this situation, Pat Gaines, like the medical facility kind of got themselves, they went to like higher up people, right? Like they put in reports and stuff. So it was like at that point, they already made it to where if the mom or the dad went and tried to like report anything, it was like the medical establishment already reported on them first. So then it's like basically who's right in that, right? But I don't know. I digress on that. Jeannie Ange, I don't need 81 more subs. I made that new change, right? So I only need 500 subscribers, which I'm at. I need the 3,000 watch hours to set up memberships because it's 2-tiered now. The first tier is memberships and super chats and merch, and then the second tier is AdSense revenue and all that. So I need watch time. I need like 1,700 hours of watch time, guys. So I'm really trying to crank out these longer lives and crank out the content and get that up. If we could get there, by like mid-October, I would be happy. Like that's the goal. What else you guys saying? Stuff. So you go over to Steffers. I'm sub to Steffers. So you'd be over there, Bees. Thank you, Hindsight. I appreciate that. Yeah, like literally all you have to do, if you guys have multiple devices, you have like one you're not using, you can log on, go to my channel, find my longest playlist or find my longest live. Like you go find like the 7-hour live, just throw that bad boy on and that all goes towards my watch time. What else y'all saying? I agree, Pat Gaines. I agree. There has to be a way, and I'm hoping that with this case, it kind of brings in some different protocols. Maybe other medical establishments will change the way that they handle stuff like this. Right on, right? I mean, if I stop into somebody's channel, like genuinely stop into somebody's channel, but I always hit the like button. Because it's like, even if I don't agree with what they're saying, they put in that effort and that time, right? So I could at least give them that little view count and that like. It's always appreciated. Sorry, guys. I'm trying to keep up with chat. Y'all got stuff to say tonight. It's getting like that every live now. You guys are chats are getting lit. I'm loving it. That's what I'm talking about, bees. That's how I've always tried to be. I've never been a bad dude. I've got in trouble, right? Like stupid trouble, like as a kid, nothing serious, but I've never always been a good guy, so it's always been easy to be an open book. You ain't got secrets. Life is way less stressful. Way less stressful. My bad stuff in life is just bad decisions with women, I'll be honest with you. It's probably why I get along with Dolly. When I heard him telling stories when I first found his channel, I was like, damn, dude, this guy too. Man. Let's see what else y'all saying. Let's see what y'all saying. Steph V, good to see you. Good to see you. Just making my way through chat, trying to catch up before we continue this video, y'all. Jeannie Ange, I appreciate that, man. Oh my lord. That would really help me rack up them hours. Definitely. So like right there. Right there. And probably by the time we hit the watch hours, I'll probably be at that 1K mark. So it'll be pretty epic. We'll have to do an epic 1K like membership lives going down. And I can tell you all about the tiers and all that cool stuff. I'm really excited for it. I got so many cool ideas, guys. So many cool ideas. Let's see what else y'all saying. Thank you, Sassy. Yeah, anybody that can run that watch time up for me, man, I appreciate it so much. Thank you, Mom. Thank you. Good strategy. You guys don't have to listen to my voice at all. Even though I've been told that some people be falling asleep to my stuff, and it's not weird to me per se, like creepy weird. It's just like, damn, y'all could really fall asleep to this voice. That's crazy to me. Sometimes I wish I'd stop talking. That's 100% correct, Criminal Med, and thank you for keeping us somewhat on topic. The health insurance companies are what ruined our whole medical system, right? I mean, like, let's be honest, right? Big pharma and insurance and all that crap. Dreamweaver. Today was the first time I heard about it too. I was getting on, doing my search, getting my updates and everything this morning. I was like, what case are we going to cover today on the live? And I was like, I really want something new. And I came across this and I hadn't heard about it. So when I started kind of digging a little bit, I was like, oh, we're covering this one. I want this young lady and her mom's story to get out a little bit more. This is like one of those ones that need way more light on it so that it can help changes in the medical system. Hopefully, we can hope, right? We can hope. Right, Sassy? We do get off topic. Yeah, I like the 4-wheel drive. I get off in the weeds, but we always catch up. Yo, bees. I appreciate you. That's dedication right there. Loyalty, baby. Do it TPP after dark. I'd have to figure out a way to do that, Jeannie Ange, for sure. Yeah, it's tricky. It's tricky because right now my subscriber base is shared with some other content creators. So I've been trying to like work my times in around when I know they're not going to be live, because obviously I want as many people to show up to the live as possible, because more of you guys are here sharing the live and hitting the like button, the better it is for the algorithm, the more channel growth we get. Dude, yesterday's live, we had 7 people subscribed during yesterday's live. I was like blown away. But that's why I really do, Genius, whenever I can get this to that next level, I want to do cool stuff like that. Probably do for like members and stuff. I really want to I'm going to put up the same amount of content as I do now for the membership people, right? Still do the live, still do the premiere drops, right? But I'm going to do a lot of extra stuff for memberships, like members only stuff. Like I want to be different in that aspect. I want to really make sure my members feel like they're getting a lot of extra value from their membership. And I'm gonna add some pretty cool stuff to the tiers too, guys. I'm not gonna tell you until it's here. I want it to be like unveil, like you guys all see it at the same time. What else y'all saying? How many do I have now? Are we talking members? I think we're at 719 when I started this video. We were at 719 when I started the video. And as far as watch hours, we're like sitting at, I think it's like 1400 something watch hours, I think. So it's like almost right at 1500. Ty, thank you. I'm trying to keep up the good work. Like I said, anytime you guys have advice for me or recommendations, let me know. I take criticism well. Oh, Darcy, thank you. Thank you. Y'all puppies gonna know my voice. I know, Bees. Come on, Sassy kind of have a point. Yo, you lit me up. You lit me up, and then you ignored your mom's phone call. But I still appreciate you. When did Wim? I know it's taking me forever to get through chat. I'm just seeing you, but it's good to see you. Good to see you. Man, I really wish I knew how to do your art. I really wish I had some experience with that. One day I'm going to, and I'm going to be hitting you up for advice. If you guys haven't seen her artwork, oh my Lord, Wynn makes some beautiful stuff. Absolutely beautiful. Let's see what else y'all saying. You know, that short post, I'm telling you, bees, that bee content, it's where it's at. That stuff gets views. Like I told you the other night when I found out that you get down with your, you slinging that honey, I was like, whoa, man, that content is lit, dude. I get stuck watching that stuff. All right, guys, I'm almost caught up in chat. Let's see. All right, Bees. Well, you defended yourself well with that one. You talk to your mom 3 times a day, so I guess can't really talk crap to you. All right, guys, cool. I'm caught up with chat. Let's go ahead and get in this video. We still got to finish this one out with another one.
Because they weren't getting along, frankly. And so nobody did that. And then Beata's brother was coming in that night. He came in and went to sleep, got up next morning, walked out into the garage, I guess looking for something. And at first he thought it was a Halloween Halloween costume or something. And he looks closer and it's his sister. And he, of course, just completely screams out. Jack comes in, sees his wife with Kyle right behind him. Kyle was, I don't know, we'll ask him how much he was able to see. 911.
Dude, absolutely heartbreaking. Can you imagine that? You come to stay with your family and like you walk into your, whoa, my Lord. And like, oh, my heart's breaking right now, like watching her in the background. Like, look at her. Having to relive this, like, we go through all this. It just, heartbreaking, guys. I know, Jeannie Ann's, I want to hug her too. Like, I've just seen one of my daughters basically sitting there, like, just imagining one of my daughters going through this. You know what, Sassy? I'm not sure how old she is right now. I'm not sure her current age. I apologize for not knowing that. I should know that. Yeah, Beast, go check out her Facebook page. I'm telling you, absolutely beautiful art. Wynn does amazing art. And she's going to have to give me a lesson whenever I get a chance to do a project like that for sure. But I told her, like, once I got a little money, we get some, like, studio upgrades, I'm commissioning her to do the studio desk. And then I want her to do my, the studio logo. Like, we'll get a nice logo done. She gets down, I'm telling you guys.
One call made. You'll hear that. And Beata is taken down. We'll have some. We're not going to get gross on them. We're not going to try to upset you too much on the photos, but we will show you some of the photos, right? Now, after that, Jack says, let my daughter go. If Beata is the big reason here, if she's a Munchausen by proxy, why keep Maya? No. It takes another week and a half, and Maya, let me get this straight. Maya's actually told in the hospital their mom's dead.
Bro, like she is straight. she's in medical jail essentially, right? She's in medical lockdown. Can't see her family. And now she's being told why she's in medical lockdown, medical prison. Your mama's not alive anymore. I can't, guys.
Johns Hopkins believes it's still in her head. And there's a text that goes around about how Maya's now better off. Between two of the doctors, you'll hear.
Darcy, she was 10. She was 10 when this happened, right? Or she is 10. I think she was 10, but I could be wrong. Yeah. And like, as he's telling the story, like, as he's doing this opening, it's just the things that he's just saying right now, it's like hard to like really process to your brain that this situation actually happened. Julie Delt, her literal name, her YouTube name, go search her exact YouTube name on Facebook and you'll find it. Or you can, yeah, you'll definitely find it. Yo, Sassy, you get yourself kicked out of a drama community? You was too sassy in the drama community? That's when you know you sassy. When you too sassy for the drama community, you know you got the sassy down. Gotta love it.
Finally, after a lot of effort, Maya gets to go home. Now, I'm not sure if I got the photograph on this, but I'll show you a photograph. You can see on the ride home, she's got stuffed animals underneath her, and she's slumped over like this because she's so weak she can't keep herself up. Through the course, then.
All right, so she's 17 now? Okay, thank you, Darcy. I appreciate you looking that up for me on the fly. I got the best community, man. Y'all are the best. Thank you so much.
All right, so the hospital will now come in and tell you just how great their therapies were. We'll show you the records, and they were not doing any therapies with Maya. They were warehousing the child. Maya gets home, and with her parents' care, and one other thing.
Seriously, Bees, like, can you imagine? Can you imagine the level of trauma she's living with for the rest of her life? Like, just the counseling needed is, it's too much. It's too much. It's like that amount of trauma added to somebody that already is dealing with this rare situation, that all that trauma on top of that, like the damage done, it's unmeasurable, man. Unmeasurable.
The hospital doesn't want any more use of ketamine ever again. And we'll get into the details of that. So just using the old, regular, and largely ineffective pain meds, this child manages through warm water therapy and being home with support and love about 8 months to get out of the wheelchair. Now, our folks, I want you to compare that to the time after they first learned about how to use the ketamine, how fast it took to get her ready to roll, right? Out of pain. This child does it in extreme pain. So she's on crutches here about
right, criminal med. This situation has got so many different variables that are compounded. It's like you're struggling with this uncurable thing that's going to take your life at a younger age. You're going to live with pain the whole time. And then you have the trauma of being like medically incarcerated. And then the trauma of your parents being accused of neglect to the level where they feel like they got to keep you away from your parent. And then your mom unalives herself. And with the notes is basically saying, I'm doing this because like this is the only option for my daughter to be in a better place. Like, what are you? This is a rough one, man. So damn rough. She's a pretty girl. Like I said, like she's 17, right? That's my oldest daughter. That's my oldest daughter's age. 17. She's about to be 18. Like so, like when I see that girl, it like literally looks the age of my daughter. It's heartbreaking. Because like as much as me and the baby mama don't get along on the average, I would never. I don't know what I would do to watch that my kids go through something like that. Like it's just insane.
Spring of August of 2017, and it takes another year until Maya can walk unassisted. She's on crutches. One tough cookie, and we'll talk about just how tough she really is to be able to go through all this. Things go well for another couple of years, but in 2020, she has another bit of bad news about her schooling and has yet another relapse. This time, again, similar to the one in 2016, and similar, it was an emotional issue. The one right.
See, and like fair use, we gotta stop every so often, but man, that is so horrible, man. Because check this out, right? With one of the health things that I deal with is I have so my body goes through like these severe vasovagal responses. So like if I'm not in a healthy state or I'm under an immense amount of physical pain or mental emotional distress, like you know what I mean, on that level, that crazy level where it's just too much, like all it takes is for my body to be put into shock, like to like physically experience some pain and like crazy, I'll go out like a seizure, right? But it's all exacerbated and made worse by emotional or mental stress and trauma. It literally makes the whole thing even worse. So it's so sad that like literally it's her situation's triggered similar, very similar. Like it's God, man. And to think about that, right? Think about the context of like you have this rare condition. It's triggered by emotional, physical trauma, right? And you have been put through the situation you've been put through in life, lost your mom the way you lost your mom. Your whole life, you're going to have that freaking trauma. Like, it's not going to take a whole lot to trigger this again and to trigger it again and trigger it again. Like, dude, my heart's broken for this girl, man. Absolutely broken for her. There's no amount of money she's going to win that is ever going to make her life like a happy life. She's going to struggle her whole life. It's heartbreaking.
Right before she went into Johns Hopkins, all the bad stuff happened. Pretty much the same type of symptoms. And she ends up back in the hospital and she has to be put on a feeding tube because she's in so much pain she can't feed herself. So fortunately, after about a week and a half there,
100% criminal
she was
med.
able to get well enough to come out and proceed on her way. And again, had to start over in some ways and was able to rejoin a lot of her life. Without her mother, Jack lost a wife, Kyle lost a mother, and the effects on the family are, well, you'll just have to listen to hear. Okay? So we're asking for damages for the physical injury, the overwhelming pain, not simply the ketamine alone, but from the aggravation of the ketamine. Let me talk about this. Now, the CRPS started before Johns Hopkins ever got the patient, okay? But the evidence from every doctor that's a specialist in it will tell you that it is vitally important during the first episode of CRPS that you properly manage it in order to prevent an aggravation of the disease to the point where it's going to reappear, and you will have longer, more frequent, and more devastating episodes down the road.
Boom, just like we just covered, the criminal med even backed me on it. Like when this stuff isn't properly addressed, like it creates the type of damage that is not reversible, or just gonna make it to where this happens more often and more frequent, like as you get older. Yeah, this is a rough one, guys. This is a rough one, man. Jeez.
The ketamine's nickname is a suicide disease. So the law is then that if you take a symptom, an illness or an injury, and you aggravate it to the point where that person has a lot more pain, a lot more trouble with it, that unless some doctor can come in and identify the percentages back and forth, they're on the hook for the whole thing. All the ramifications. So now we've got long-term effects, and we're going to give you mortality tables so you'll be able to know how many years out. I'll give you some formulas on how to try to do this. I'm just an advisor. You ultimately will make all the decisions here, right? But I'll try to help with some formulas of how you can calculate such things. It's a difficult job. We talked about this in voir dire, right? All right. So we'll talk about each and every one of these. We'll talk about the physical.
Yo, all I'm saying is I'm on that jury. I'm like, bro, just tell me where to put the extra dollar sign. You know, the extra zeros, commas. You know what I mean? Just tell me where to put that, because this girl getting it all. If I'm on the jury, anyways, that's how I'm rolling. I don't know about y'all, but that's how I'm rolling. Appreciate you, GDH. If you guys are here and you have yet to hit that like button, if y'all could just smash it, I appreciate you. And then obviously too, share it out there. Like I've told everybody before, even if you're sharing it to your own page, just the share alone triggers the algorithm. So all the shares matter, guys. All of them matter. And then if you're a content creator too, sharing other people's content, it brings a better vibe. I'm telling you, it brings more traffic. Just do it. Just do it. All right, let's
Physical
continue.
injuries, we'll talk about, and Jack I haven't spent any time on Jack, but we'll get into that again on the testimony. Suffice to say, it's been devastating to not have his wife and the mother of his children. Kyle's lost a mom and the effects on him. So we'll talk about the pain and suffering, the mental anguish that you will carry around, they will carry around from not having a mother and knowing your mother killed herself for you.
Oh my God, dude. Yo, that's raw right there, man. What he just said, there's no beating around the bush on that one. Holy, my goodness.
We'll have inconvenience. Now, you know, Beata was a nurse, so she could take care of herself and she could take care of her family. She's not around. Loss of capacity to enjoy life. There's this thing called alhedonia, which means that you lose the ability to have pleasure out of things that once gave you pleasure. Maya tried figure skating. She won't do that anymore. Maya's not going back to gymnastics. Maya doesn't want to play piano anymore. The family doesn't want to go back to the church. And the family is having an extremely difficult time staying in the house. There's diminished earning capacity, because what happens on your job if every year or two or every 6 months you have this debilitating episode where you can't work and you can't explain how long it's going to be and whether you're going to be able to do anything at home or not. And like I talked about, the aggravation of the pre-existing symptoms and the illness. So then we ask you to consider punitive damages. Our argument is this, that these actions are so completely and utterly it's designed to deter not only here, but in the future. And it's designed to punish, right? And so your decision there would be predicated on how much money does it take if we got to that point? What alters behavior of companies like that?
Ain't lying, man. The only way to make change is with that dollar. Like I've preached about it before, like voting with your dollar. When you see a corporation doing something you don't like, you don't stand for, you just stop buying from them, and eventually enough people do that, right? The company changes, right? So it's the same bait. That's the same thing that he's saying is if we don't hit them hard where it hurts, and that's the pocket, right? Then they're not likely to make changes in protocols, right, to avoid this type of situation. So I agree with him. Like, they're at fault. Their behavior was unprofessional, to say the least, and they deserve to pay. And hopefully after they pay, they turn around and rewrite their protocols and how they do things.
So that's your job, is to figure a little bit out about this, a lot about this. And so I was trying to figure out where the defense is going on this. I think it is that from their doctor's point of view, those doctors in the ER and hospitalists' view, Beata was crazy. And they thought she was going to try to hurt her daughter. They haven't explained, like, Maya did not come in with a bruise, a bump, a cut, a scrape, any bad medical tests.
She came in literally no signs of trauma, no signs of like abuse. You know what I mean? She came in with symptoms that were hard to figure out what exactly was wrong with her, except for the simple fact that her mom knew exactly what was wrong with her and could tell them what was wrong with her. How? Man, I don't understand how they get to that point so fast. Like, get to the point where we're going to profile this mom so harshly that we end up here. Like, this shit is just, it's one of those ones where it's like, if you watch this as a movie, like you just came across this, you're like, oh, what's this movie about? You watch it and you're like, damn, I'm glad nothing like that that don't happen in real life. That was a good script though. But except for, this shit is true. Like, this is really happening. Oh my God. Life's crazy, guys.
No bad blood work.
People are crazy.
And yet they deduced from their discussions with her over the course of a few hours that it was actually her to blame. We will show you that up until this point, periodically through the latter probably 10 years of her life, Beata had periods of anxiety, and she got treated with things like Xanax for that. And she had 2 periods of depression where she had some anti-depression stuff, never long-term and all situational to events in her life. After January of 2016.
That's basically what I was saying, because I know I kind of off-roaded that a little bit, but yeah, what you just said, B.
And her daughter had been through this. She sought counseling and maintained counseling to try to get through what she was going through. We'll have Dr. Tashana Duncan come in. Circumstances about her. She's a PhD psychologist who knew the story and did an intensive amount of research, and she says there was nothing wrong with Beata whatsoever. And not a single psychiatrist or psychologist is going to come in and tell you any different here. And
seriously, Pat Gaines, seriously. It's that narcissistic attitude, right? Like, this lady's tripping. She's crazy. I know better. Like, this mom couldn't know. Hey, Ruby Joy, good to see you. Good to see you. Again, right? Weren't you at the beginning of this live? I could have swore I saw you at the beginning of this live, but it's good to see you anyways. Glad you're here.
We doubt you're going to hear anything from a psychologist or psychiatrist to say that Maya was making any of this up, or that she was suffering from factitious disorder or conversion disorder. We doubt, seriously, you'll hear that. And if the defense does come up with something, listen to my cross.
Yo, my boy's aggressive. I like it. I like it. Come on, let's go. Did you hear that? You hear what he said? He's all, the defense gets up here and says this or that, just listen to my cross. Mic drop. What? Get out of here. I like it. I like it.
They say that the amount of ketamine that the CRPS doctors were using and the fact of the ketamine, as they call it, the ketamine coma, it's kind of, in this case, that's their boogeyman. It's the ketamine coma. You'll hear one of the doctors say that that's the reason why they should be able to take Maya away from the parents, because they didn't think.
Hey, Ruby Joy, like I said, I can't imagine what you're going through. Love and prayers to you. So you definitely don't have to be here. So you being here at all, man, I appreciate it. Much love to you. Thinking of you.
That was that was met the Johns Hopkins standard of care. So because it didn't meet their idea of how to treat CRPS, their argument is that justifies taking the child away. So what else? I think
I like his mannerisms too. Is like basically like, dude, he's like himself. He's one emotionally vested, right? I can tell that he's trying to keep his emotions in check, and then at the same time, he's having to say things in court to explain the situation that just makes no damn sense. You could see it. He's like, what the fuck? I can't believe I just had to say that. Like, I don't know if that's what you guys are saying.
I think they're going to try to say that because their medical records said CRPS here and there.
Oh, you're welcome, Miss Ruby. All love.
Early on, and then down the road, that they were justified for billing $536,000 for a disease that they vigorously deny she ever had, and instead was always in her head. I think what they're going to say there is that, well,
Polly, good to see you, ma'am. Good to see you.
Because some of the treatments we use can be used for CRPS, see, we could bill it. We have a memo, an internal memo, that says that they actually made a conscious decision to up their billing rate to CRPS because it's so much higher. The CRPS takes a lot of effort to treat.
What
You
the
need
hell?
Occupational therapy, you need more.
So if that's true, they started billing. Yo, like I need this stuff to get clarified in this trial, like 100%. If that's true, if they started billing for something they claimed she didn't have, yo, that's some snake shit right there, bro. Absolutely snake.
Water therapy, you need physical therapy, psychological therapy. You got a lot of different things that go into it. And so it's very expensive. But if you're just, evidence will show, warehousing a child while billing for CRPS, well. And you'll hear from the actual experts about ketamine infusions, why it takes so many, and what you do to determine dosage. It's called titration. Maya had pre-existing treatment by a drug that broke down the ketamine. So for what us would feel like, a Jimmy Buffett concert level of beers, Maya would feel like 2 beers.
Yo, he said a Jimmy Buffett concert level of beers, bro. I'm dead right now. Yo, I like this guy. He's confident. He's a character. I can appreciate a good attorney, man. And this guy, I like this guy. Yo, this shit is too much. He really said that a Jimmy Buffett level. What the fuck? Oh, this dude's got jokes.
And so that's kind of the relevance of
Look at, she's smiling. She was smiling, bro. He made her smile. I like that, man. She needed a spouse. She was breaking my damn heart.
Of the ability of the steroids to break down the ketamine internally. Plus, you got to give more to kids than you do to adults. Plus, she was on this medication for about
like legit though. You see her like she like had to like calm the smile down. She was straight up smiling about that. It was funny though, right, Criminal Man? Baller Buffett. Yo, but with that name Buffett, you know what I mean? I'm just saying, people with that name, they tend to have money one way or another. I'm just saying.
14 months. And so there's tolerances. So the way the anesthesiologists do it, which is the way all anesthetic is done, is that you titrate up. You start on smaller doses virtually every time, and you increase until the patient has a therapeutic effect. You know, it's taking them out of pain is having the right effect on them. There is no evidence anywhere that Maya Kowalski was ever in any danger. Maya Kowalski ever suffered any negative effect whatsoever. Evidence will show it is all speculation on what could possibly happen. And I believe the defense will present themselves as the saviors of this family.
I agree. Bees, I agree. There has to be some laughter in covering this. This is blowing my mind. Man, we have to I have no choice. When I started doing the true crime thing, I was like, and the channel started kind of taking off, I was like, well, I didn't get to do my stand-up thing, and I'm covering some really bad stuff all the time. So if there's any way to bring some levity to it, like, you know, to lighten the mood a little bit, it's the only way we can survive doing true crime every day, day in and day out, with some of the stuff that we hear about, we read about, we see. Like, if we didn't have some comedy in it, some lightheartedness, none of us would survive it. None of us would survive it. We all be a crabby ass, moody people all up in our feels all the time. So I appreciate the lightheartedness, the comedy here. Yeah, the criminal med over here laying down the proper medical knowledge, educating us all, making sure we're all on point. I appreciate you, criminal med. Like, I really do. You've been keeping us on topic, and adding a ton of value to chat. I appreciate you. Let's proceed.
You got 15 minutes.
15. Thank you. I may not even actually use it all. So we'll lay it out.
No, criminal med, I appreciate that. I appreciate when I have professionals that are in the chat that are part of the community, because every professional from all these different backgrounds give us a way better education and viewpoint on cases and trials or whatever it is we're talking about. So everything that you're saying, like anytime that you have something you can interject, apologize guys, let me handle this phone call. All right, cool. So anytime you can interject with some stuff that's going to educate us and make us a smarter community, by all means, interject. That's what we're here for. I do these lives. I could do all the same stuff. I could react to all the same stuff, give all my same opinions on premieres, pre-recorded. But I like doing the lives. I like live streaming because we get to actually talk about stuff back and forth. So definitely anybody that's got knowledge, always interject questions, always interject your knowledge. That's the best part about all this. Right, Jeannie Ange? I know that you appreciate that knowledge. I think most hardcore sleuths that are into this like really do appreciate learning new things so that they can better process, you know, these cases and whatnot.
We'll bring in witnesses to tell you about CRPS. We'll tell you witnesses who spoke with Beata on her descent to the point where she felt only way to get her child out of there, the maternal instinct was to kill herself. Take herself out of the picture, daughter released. We'll present the experts on psychiatry, on ketamine, on the use of it. We'll have the doctor flying up, the ketamine comas from Mexico. We will have psychiatrists who have studied this. We'll have the actual therapist at the time, You may actually hear from some of the doctors from the outpatient part of Johns Hopkins and some of the
Oh, you're welcome, Colonel. And thank you. Thank you for being here. And thank you for educating us. I appreciate it.
people that were there at the time who agreed to testify. So we'll do our very best, and we'll try to introduce video and audio and photographic evidence to document every single element of our case. So Nick sort of serves as my walking laptop computer, reminding me of stuff when I forget it.
I like how he keeps making her laugh, man. That, I'm telling you, dude, she get all upset looking at shit. It breaks my heart. Grandmammy Annie, good to see you, man. Thanks for smashing that like button.
There's much to tell you. And you've been pretty patient here listening to all of this. It's an emotional case.
All right, guys, that's it for that. So that was the opening. That was the opening for Maya, right? For the plaintiff. So next video, prepare to be pissed off. I was going to trigger warning, prepare to be pissed off, right? Because now we have to listen to the gentleman from Johns Hopkins. Yeah, and I'm telling you right now, y'all, just prepare to be pissed off and triggered. I don't like this guy. I didn't get very far into listening to this opening, right? When I was like trying to pull up videos for us all. And I was like, oh, dude, I'm going to roast this. I'm going to roast this dude. I already tell you right now, my reaction's going to be to roast this dude. I don't like him. Yeah. What do we got, chat? What am I seeing? What am I seeing? Before we get started, let me catch up with chat. This case, Polywaffle 100%. This case is heartbreaking. Let's see. Lanessa Boo, good to see you. Super late. Hey, better late than never. Catch the rest of the live. Go back, check out the replay. It's been a great live. All the lives have been so good, guys. Seriously, they've been so good. Criminal Med, you already know what's coming, Criminal Med. You already kind of know how this stuff works out. I'm telling you right now, y'all are gonna want to reach through this screen in a couple seconds and strangle this man. I'm already telling you. Yes, 20 of y'all here. If you can, smash that like if you haven't already. Share it. We still got a whole nother video to make it through, so people can come in and catch the end of this live and then go back and catch a replay. I'm telling you guys, we got 7 or 8 new members yesterday during the live because you all have been sharing the lives, smashing the like buttons, and I'm telling you, it's getting us out there. So I implore you, every time you roll in, share these lives. Just share them out there. It's helping. It's helping big time. But all right, guys, let's see. Before we jump into this, let me do a little channel housekeeping. For anybody that doesn't know, hasn't been here when I've announced the housekeeping, all the links for my socials, to donate to the channel, all that stuff is down in the description on the video and also in the channel description. Also, mods, if you guys want to go get those links and save those, you know what I mean? I'd appreciate that as well. What else, guys? What else? And I already told you guys we're up. When we started this video today, this live stream, we were at 719 subscribers. So I'm hoping when we get off of this live, get some more family members. Let's see what else we got in chat, because I think that's all the housekeeping I really got for the channel. Let's see. Thank you, Pat Gaines. I appreciate it. My content's only good. Like I said, it's only good because you guys show up. I'm just a guy that picks some videos we're going to cover a case, and I just show up and I talk in front of the video. Without you guys showing up, it's all these lives, creating great conversation. this channel isn't what it is without you guys. So I appreciate you guys being here. I know I say it a lot, but you get used to it. I'm gonna keep saying it. Oh, I'm not monetized yet. I'm not monetized yet, Graham, Mammy Annie. I need a little over 1,500 watch hours still, community watch hours, before I can open up memberships. But we're close. We're close. We have enough members. We just got to get those watch hours up. Bees, no, thank you. Thank you for being here, Bees, and your comedy, your lightheartedness. It gets us through. We appreciate you. Hawkeye, good to see you. Good to see you. A little late, but hey, better late than never. You can catch the end of this live and then drop back and get the replay gang happening. Yo, thank you, Jeannie Ange. I appreciate you dropping that. I appreciate you dropping that for me. Yeah, guys, seriously, link up with me on Discord or Instagram. Those are two places that you can find me and you can communicate with me easier than the email's there as well, but super easy to like send me messages on Instagram or links or whatever. Same with Discord. If you know comfortable, you like to use Discord, hit me up on Discord. So if there's like certain things you want to tell me about a case, update, something I've missed, something you think I should cover, recommendations for stuff, just hit me up, guys. Hit me up. And then like my Instagram too, it's more, I don't know, I feel like it's more personal. So you guys get a little bit more personal view. You know what I'm saying? Hawkeye, no worries, man. Kids come first around here. Kids come first. So my subscribers or my mods can't make a live. Like, dude, y'all got kids, man, or grandbabies. All that stuff comes first, man. You can watch me on a replay any day. Babies come first. But I think that's it, guys. I think that's the housekeeping. And yeah, we're caught up on chat. So let's get pissed off together, guys. Let's listen to this guy defend this medical department that is they're beyond defending, in my opinion. But let's listen to the guy.
All children's, the evidence
Real quick. One's in chat. Let me know you can hear it.
show attempted to get this child the physical therapy on an inpatient basis that it could provide. We didn't think it was enough, but we did what we could. She
Thank
got
you,
some
Pat. I
behavioral
see it.
therapy,
I see the
although
one,
not
Pat.
the
Thank you.
time that she needed. We didn't have it available. That's why we wanted to transfer. But you'll see as you go forward and you hear.
Bro, this guy's already starting with the coping and shit, man. He's already capping, bro. You're already lying, making excuses. Already getting irritated, guys. Oh, apologize.
Witness after witness, and you look in the hospital chart, you're going to see that over and over and over again, we weren't warehousing this child voluntarily. You'll see it noted over and over. Medically cleared for discharge, awaiting court disposition. At the close of all the evidence, we'll tote up for you the number of times that appears in the record.
Yo, okay, but why were you guys not letting her have contact with parents? Like, how did it go to court? How did it go to a judge? How did it progress to any of this shit? Y'all are wrong, man. You lying. Damn liar.
I suggest to you the evidence is going to be conclusive that there was never any false imprisonment of this child at All Children's Hospital. Now, I want to talk before I get into disease versus syndrome and problems with diagnosis.
Yo, she write notes. My girl in the background write notes. She about to be part of, she's active in this. I like it. She's going to come for his neck.
I want to talk about a couple other things. One is the
No, criminal med. Trust me. I didn't watch the whole thing. I think I got like 6 minutes into this before I was like, I'm just going to react with, live, with chat and everything live. But the shit that he started saying, and like I said, guys, I ain't putting no money in the jar. Okay, the stuff that this dude starts saying, it like totally contradicts what we've heard from, I don't know, the police reports, what opening for the plaintiff was. Like, it totally contradicts all kinds of stuff. So that's what I'm saying. This trial, I'm gonna have to listen to the whole trial because, like just the openings alone, like it's all crazy, man. It's a messy one.
matter of a battery. and surveillance. We believe the evidence is going to show you that whenever there was a touching,
We believe the evidence is going to show you. Not the evidence is going to show you. We believe we may be able to present this evidence in a fashion to make you believe what we want you to believe, but that's what it is. I'm calling a serious load of BS. I don't know about y'all, but that's what I'm calling.
of Maya Kowalski, it was done for therapeutic or clinical reasons or to comfort a child. There was never any intent to do her any harm. There was never any intent to be offensive or harmful. And we believe that at the end,
Good night, Miss Julie Delp. Mom, love you. Have a good night. See you on the next live. And trust me, I know you're waiting for some more Murdoch stuff. I got something planned on the Murdoch stuff. I don't know. We're going to do it Friday. We're going to do it Saturday. I'm not sure yet, but stay tuned. Right? Yo, Criminal Med, 100%. Man, I love the way you think. I'm telling you. Yo, you doxing me again. All right, guys. Now you guys see it. Yeah, you guys got the first name. There you go. Mom doxed me. So if you didn't know, there you guys go. That's another reason I don't care about getting doxed. I'm just open book because in my family, bro, they'll all out you anyways. All right, let's continue. Let's continue.
at the end of all the evidence, you're going to find that there was never any point at which a reasonable person would have taken offense at how she was touched and how her care was managed in that regard. We need to talk a minute about the problems with diagnosis here.
Is it me or is he speaking with a huge lack of confidence? Like he's literally speaking. Okay. It's like one of those situations where you're trying to lie about something, but you have a person right there that was living through it firsthand, right? The person that was living through it firsthand is right there. And you're trying to spin your narrative and your lies to defend your company right in front of the person that knows that you're lying out your, man. For as much as I like the plaintiff's attorney, I dislike this guy. This defense attorney, he could get it.
You're going to hear a lot about CRPS, conversion disorder, a number of other things. CRPS and conversion disorder and these mental diagnoses have a couple of things that are significant about them. One is that they aren't diseases in the sense that doctors use that term concretely. A disease is something you can see.
Oh, he's going to get into some semantics and shit, right? We're going to get into some wordplay, right? We're going to get into some wordplay. We already see where this is going. Let's just try to confuse the hell out of the jury, right? Let's just confuse the hell out of it all with some freaking descriptions and some freaking lingo and some. Oh my! I don't like this guy.
And you can diagnose, and there isn't any question about it. Appendicitis, most forms of cancer. There's the lab test that proves it or disproves it. You have HIV.
Give me 1 second, guys. Give me one.
If you have appendicitis, there's an imaging study that shows a hot appendix. Objective. Syndromes aren't like that. In a syndrome, you piece together a constellation of symptoms and a constellation of findings, and it's much more subjective. And that's why we have things like the Budapest criteria that count.
All right, I'm back, guys. Sorry about
You're going
that.
to hear a lot about that going forward. In this particular case, you're going to hear that there was a good deal of controversy about what this diagnosis was. When this patient came into All Children's, we did in fact admit her with a diagnosis of CRPS.
See what I'm saying? Yo, this dude is contradicting everything that I've heard, both from the opening, from the plaintiff's lawyer, and from like other documents that have been broken down by other content creators and whatnot. And This shit is frustrating, man. This is so frustrating. I don't know about you guys, but like, I don't feel like this dude is a very truthful individual. It feels like he is. I don't know, man. It feels like he's lying. That's just how I'm taking it, though. Y'all probably have your own opinions on it. Let me see what you guys are saying in chat, actually. Let me catch up real quick. Oh, Ruby Joy. Ruby Joy, hopefully you're here. I just saw that question. I'm not monetized yet. I have enough subscribers. I just need more watch hours. We need like a little over 1,500 watch hours still, community watch hours. So once that happens, we will have monetization. Memberships will open up, and we got a lot of cool things planned. So, yeah, that's why we keep asking everybody to help me out with the watch hours so that we can get to that monetization and then memberships faster. Right? Medical word salad, 100%. That's what's happening up here, right? He's just sitting up here trying to confuse the hell out of everybody to create some doubt. He knows that they're wrong. He knows they're screwed. He's up there like he gives off the energy of a liar. BS. All right, so that makes me feel better because that's how I was feeling about it. So watching somebody from the medical field call it the BS too, yeah, I feel solid in my opinion.
And we continued to bill for that and to treat that. And we tried to transfer her with that diagnosis. But as time went on, for the same reason that CRPS was not suspected at Tampa General or at Lurie's or elsewhere, we questioned the diagnosis. And while the diagnosis was carried forward as a rule out, it was not the discharge diagnosis, although we noted in the discharge summary that it was never ruled out. Now,
let me say a lot of stuff without even saying anything, bro. This dude could throw together a word salad like no other.
you're going to hear much about CRPS, but I'm going to skip past this slide because we kind of covered this. You are going to hear a lot about CRPS's rarity, and you're going to hear a lot of reasons given why we didn't believe this is CRPS. One reason was that it was presenting as a general pain syndrome involving the entire body. What's the name of the syndrome? Chronic regional pain syndrome.
Joe, he just literally said that wrong. He said chronic. It's complex, my guy. You literally got the damn. Are you for real right now? Bro, you can't even read the freaking shit you got up, right? Like, I'm telling you what, man. Criminal, like this dude's lame. I'm so glad you're here tonight. I'm so glad you're here tonight on this one. We need your medical knowledge tonight. You've been so valuable, added so much value to this chat on this situation. I appreciate it.
Doesn't usually present as whole body. You're going to hear that's vanishingly rare, if not almost unheard of. You're also going to hear that there are various presentation factors about this disease that were never really observed on a consistent basis.
Yeah, because stuff like this isn't consistent, my guy. Shit wouldn't be so hard to figure out if there was consistency to it. Like, oh my lord, I don't even have a medical degree. All my knowledge is like layman knowledge, like self-taught stuff, like research. Like, bro, like I don't like this guy. I'm sorry, guys. I don't like him.
Nail changes, skin asymmetric tissue changes in the skin. A lot of these observations about CRPS just weren't consistently present.
So I basically like, oh no, they're lying about the billing. Like we weren't doing it like that, and like no, we were really trying, but like we didn't get the diagnosis right, and because like look at all these things that weren't consistent, and this, bro, stop capping, bro, stop lying. It's so man. I hope the jury is like just looking at this full like, what the hell?
There were, however, reasons to suspect conversion disorder. Now we've arrived at psychiatric or psychological issues. There's a lot of misconceptions about psychology and psychiatry and mental illness. people act like saying it's conversion disorder or it's all in your head is some kind of epithet. It's an insult. That's not the case. When these doctors are writing down conversion disorder, they weren't trying to insult somebody. They were trying to attach a suspicion and a diagnosis to get a patient the help they needed. No one's telling this patient she doesn't have pain. What they're saying is that what their question is what's causing it. And what
You notice how he not bringing up shit about the mom, right? He ain't bringing up nothing about any of that stuff. He just, unless he's gonna get to that later, like, bro, he gonna avoid that whole issue.
do about it. And that's the central issue here in many respects, because this entire case revolves around not so much.
Yeah, I know. Like, okay, so we got questions, right? We got questions. So I'm gonna have to listen to this trial. I'm gonna have to get clips from it and find good spots that we can really review this as the trial goes on. Give me 1 second, guys. Give me another. All right, I'm back, guys. I'm back. But yeah, dude, so I'm gonna have to watch this trial and find us clips that we can go over. I was just gonna wait until the end of the trial and then do the recap and the closings and everything, but I think I'm gonna be a little bit more vested in this one. I want the details. I want the information.
What the diagnosis is, but what the clinical treatment is. I've got a slide here in a minute that will show you this, but I'll probably skip and get to it because now I'm taking it out of order. Because as usual in an opening statement, I'm way off the reservation from what I'm supposed to be.
Bro, you way off the reservation and everything, my guy. You just off the reservation. You ain't connected to reality, do you? You spin all kinds of lies up here. How you even live with yourself?
It's appropriate. I'll say it here. When you look and when you hear what the evidence is about the reasonable standard of care treatment for CRPS, for conversion disorder, for a pain syndrome manifesting as Munchausen by proxy, for factitious disorder manifesting as a pain syndrome, when you hear what the treatment is, the clinical treatment is for all those things, same thing. Maybe the mix differs, but it's basically physical therapy, occupational therapy, and psychological or cognitive behavioral therapy.
Yo, this I'll like him, guys. Criminal Med. What do you think about this dude? Like, what do you think about what he's saying right now? Man, we did our best. We took care of her properly. We did. I swear we took care of her so well. And you know that her mama unalived herself. Like, what the hell? What? Are we gonna get to that part? Please get to that part, my guy. Let's get to that part. Where that your care and the things that you guys did were so horrible that her mom's not here anymore. Let's get to that part, dude. Thank you, Criminal Man. I'm telling you, I appreciate you being here because, like, having somebody that is educated in the medical field, like, helping us understand this situation and whether we're like right or wrong in what we're thinking or feeling, it's very valuable. I love our community, dude. We have the smartest people in this community.
Those are the treatments. And you're going to hear from experts who treat this disease day in, day out, and these diseases, I should say, all of them, day in, day out, and they do it without putting the patient in a coma, without giving the patient 15, 20 times the recommended dose of ketamine over months and months and months. They do it by therapy, and the results they get are stellar. And you'll hear that. You'll also hear that for that same set of reasons, this business about billing just isn't supported by the evidence.
We shall see,
You're
buddy.
going to see the billing records. You're going to see the billing sheets. You're going to see that CRPS was an item. It was one of a number of items that was being billed for. You're going to hear that there was no change in the medical reimbursement for the billing as a result of where, in what place.
We're going to need
one
receipts, buddy.
or
We're going to need
12.
receipts.
And that's literally how many diagnoses there were at points in this. Whether it was the first diagnosis or the 6th or the 8th or the 10th, you're going to hear that the billing reimbursement never changed.
So we're still hearing about care a bit and billing, and we still ain't hearing nothing about mama. We still ain't hearing nothing about the fact that you guys, because she came in saying that my daughter has this rare thing that you guys couldn't figure out in a timely fashion, and that she suggested ketamine, which it may be aggressive, but it has worked for her in the past. Because of that, you guys profiled her and literally started a process that ended her life. Yo, F you, bro. F you. I don't care what you got to say at this point. What are you saying over here in chat? $100. I'm telling you, criminal man. I'm telling you, man.
And the reason for that was that while you needed a diagnosis to put on that code, what was really being billed for was the services rendered. And you'll see the billing sheets and the services that are laid out.
Well, I'm just going to say, regardless of whatever you want to say is in the billing, your services suck ass, my friend. They suck ass. That's true.
Item by item, and you'll see that those didn't change either. You'll also hear that none of this cost Mr. Kowalski a dime. And you'll also hear
No.
the insurer
It didn't cost him a dime. No, it cost him his wife's life. Like, are we going to talk about that part? Are we going to talk about that part? Or are we just going to keep leaving that shit out? Apologize, guys. Apologize. No, bees, I'm not putting the freaking money in the jar, all right? I'm just not doing it, okay? Y'all got to give me a pass on this one, all right? Got to give me a pass.
billed for the services rendered by All Children's Hospital for 3 months of inpatient therapy. The insurer never complained. Didn't say a word. Approved the care, approved the billing.
$12. You can call it. Somebody else is going to have to put that in the tip jar because I ain't doing it, bees. I ain't doing it. I ain't doing it. I ain't doing it, all right? No, that's what I'm saying. Criminal med. Yo, there's so many levels to this of just, it make you feel all the emotions. You just feel like perplexed because this shit don't make sense. You feel angry because of what's happened to this family and the poor mom. It's like confused of what this guy's saying coming out of his mouth. It just, oh my Lord. A beast, no, $12 cash register. I ain't paying tonight. I ain't paying tonight, y'all. I ain't paying tonight. I ain't paying.
No problem.
Hey,
Now,
you know what, B? You want somebody to pay, you get a hold of this guy for irritating the hell out of me, all right? You get a hold of this dude and charge him. He caused this.
you're going to hear a lot about Munchausen by proxy, and I'm going to kind of fast forward through this for one reason that we're running a little bit low on time.
Fast forward through it, bro, because it isn't even a factor. It's your guys' piss poor diagnosis. Of course you're going to want to get through it fast. Yo, you guys, 2 bad diagnoses that weren't what she has. And the first one you diagnose her with is basically calling her mom like crazy and a bad parent. And, oh, this shit is so frustrating, guys. I know. What am I at? Like 18, 20 now, bees?
But the other reason is that it's a very technical thing, and it doesn't merit near the attention that it's gotten because it's been a flashpoint throughout this. There was a suspicion of Munchausen by proxy. It wasn't just all children's suspicion. There was a concern that part of this child's condition was being fostered or encouraged by the mother.
I'm at 22,
There
huh?
was a concern that the mother was
Good to see you, Lindley. Good to see you.
seeking out care that was too aggressive, that was dangerous, and would persist in doing so if she were permitted to do so.
Well, yeah, because, okay, it might be aggressive. I'll give them that. It's an aggressive treatment, right? But let's just think about it in the context that this mother had been dealing with this situation, had found this diagnosis, right? And then in doing so, had found a treatment that had worked for her kid. So in the past, it had worked. And now her kid's going through another flare up outbreak, or whatever we want to, call it, describe it as. So she's just doing what she knows works. She's being a good mom. Like, granted, it's aggressive treatment. I understand that. But she's doing what she knows works for her child. And what you guys did was looked at that as she's crazy and judged her that way. Like, there's no way around it. There's no way around it. There's no way he's going to be able to explain this in a way that's going to make me look at this mom in a bad light. I don't care if she was aggressive. Parents have to be aggressive with treatment for their children. It is what it is. Oh, I don't like this guy. That might be a catchphrase here for me.
That's what got this ball rolling. And I told you a few minutes ago what the evidence will show about the attempt to transfer for outpatient care, why it failed, and why, as a result of that, these investigations rolled forward. This is a slide I told you I'm going to skip because this talks about what the therapy is and how it is all of them. We talked about billing fraud, so I'm going to skip over this slide as well.
He'd be skipping some stuff. He'd be skipping a lot of stuff. Like, skipping about talking about her mom. He touched on the little bit of like, she had the discharge, right? Like the whole time she had this discharge. We're just waiting for this or that. You ain't talking about nothing close to the mom. I hate this. I don't like this guy.
You've heard about the photos that were taken.
Bees. Oh, right. How many of y'all would like to reach through the freaking span? Just like I said, some people in this world need a good throat punch. Just a good solid throat punch. It's about as sketchy as it gets, right? About as sketchy as it gets.
These photos were taken for clinical reasons. We believe the evidence will show you that they were taken pursuant to the consent that Mr. Kowalski signed when he was admitted, and which he will, I believe, admit to you he never rescinded. The purpose of the photos was to document the condition of the child. If there were skin lesions, even if they were not being documented in the nursing notes, they needed to be documented. They needed to be observed if they got worse. If there were new ones being developing, we need to know that too. But the point is that they were being taken to assist in diagnosis and follow.
Yo, check it out, man. We all know why they took them damn pictures. We all know why they took those pictures. They were trying to get evidence. They were trying to get evidence of neglect or abuse to go against those parents. That's what they were doing that shit for. Like, you can't convince me otherwise. I don't think that had anything to do with like trying to monitor her progress of like her situation, like what's wrong with her. I think it was literally those pictures were taken so that they could file that with whatever else they filed going at the parents. That's just my opinion on that. That's how I feel about it.
Follow the child's condition. You heard about surveillance, the movie, surveillance video. You're going to hear that wasn't a new idea either. That also happened at Cambridge General. Why was it done? Because medical professionals wanted to know what the child's capabilities were.
So we're not just going to take the mom and the child saying, look, I'm going through this, I'm feeling this, this is the situation. We just can't take them for their word about it, right? We need to go ahead and trick this young lady because we think she's lying. We need to go ahead and set her up in a room under surveillance and see if she's going to move on her own. Are you serious right now? What kind of care is that? That's not no damn gold standard care. That's for sure. Absolutely disgusting. 100%. 100% criminal med. This case just gets more ludicrous and insane as we go, guys. And now I'm invested. Now I'm going to have to watch the damn trial every day. And we're going to have to talk about it.
Now, that video is going to tell you a couple, you're going to see, we're not going to ask you to watch 42 hours of video. You're going to see grabs from that video that show several things from our standpoint. You're going to hear some of the plaintiff likes. From our standpoint, you're going to see in that video that Maya Kowalski, who's saying her legs are hypersensitive and can't be touched, saying she can't move her legs, is moving her legs in bed, moving her legs into a position that we used to call Indian style, and now we call.
Oh, so because she could move her legs, because even with the immense amount of pain she's in, she could still position her legs into a position that might be comfortable for her. Because she could do that, she's lying about the pain she's in. Are you? What the? Yo. Tell me y'all don't like this, man. Please tell me I'm not the only one. Oh, my Lord. Right, criminal man? Okay, so she's lucky enough to be able to move, right? So she's at a point during the day where maybe the pain isn't as bad, or maybe she's just like, I'm so used to the pain that I'm just going to try to get to a comfortable position. And they have that on surveillance. So she's lying? Yo, you can't make this up, man. This is ridiculous. Holy goodness. Absolutely. And look at her. She's back there talking to her lawyer. You can see her back there talking to her lawyer like, this is BS. This is, oh, man. Forget this guy. Thank you, Jeannie Edge. I didn't think I was the only one. I just the only one I could
He's
hear.
able to assume that position and hold that position voluntarily and without a problem. You're also going to see and get some idea of the fact that she was not in that room for 42 hours. You'll see it, that she's in and out. She went to therapy. She went to other places. Oh
my God, bro. Are you stupid? This guy is full of guys. So she wasn't in there the whole time. She had left to go do these other things that she had to do, but then she came back to the room. But she wasn't in there, for 48 hours the whole time. This guy's wordplay is so, he's a snake, bro. This guy's a damn snake. 100% snake. Thank you, Jeannie Edge. Yes, guys, 22 in the room. Smash that like. If you haven't already, smash that subscribe for your boy. Hey, and hit that share. Put it out there. We got a little bit, a couple minutes left of this live tonight. People could show up and they catch a replay. Yep. Big pharma and insurance, they've wrecked our whole system. They have wrecked our whole damn system. Yeah, right. And I think I caught you saying something about fibromyalgia. My mom has that as well. My mom deals with that as well and some other health stuff. And it is. They will tell you like straight up, like it's in your head, but it definitely isn't. Apologize, guys. Apologize.
And you'll see the nurses coming and going and assisting her when indicated to the commode. The commode wasn't placed out of her reach for any kind of malicious purpose. It was placed in the position that it was because she had nursing staff available to help her. As you'll see, they did. Okay, so if she had nursing staff to help her, why even have the toilet that close to her? Close enough to where you would hope she would use it. You guys were setting her up. Don't try to wiggle your ass out of this one, bro. You try to set her up. Freaking liar, man. And because if you put it too close or in too close position to the bedside, it would obstruct the nurse's ability to get to the bed. It was strictly a matter of happenstance. It was not a matter of intent. And that brings me to another point, and it's on this slide.
Happenstance or coincidence, as we like to call it in true crime. And what do we say in true crime? There is no such thing as coincidence, right, guys? Right? Am I right? Am I wrong?
You're not going to hear any evidence that the 50 some odd medical doctors and professionals who took care of Maya Kowalski over 3 months somehow banded together in some sort of cabal and hatched a plot or a conspiracy to do harm.
Yo, as from what I'm taking from what we've heard so far, that's kind of seems like what happened, my guy. It's I don't know about a cabal. I know you're using these words to make the jury think that like it's an insane idea that this happened. I don't like when they do that shit, man. I don't like people using like these vocabulary psyops on people where it's like, I'm going to describe this situation that happened, but I'm going to use these words to make it sound like really crazy. That way you don't believe that this situation could have happened because the vocabulary I'm using. Whereas if I just use normal vocabulary and explain the situation to you, you're going to realize the situation is true. But I'm going to use these big, crazy ass words and make you really think it's conspiracy level stuff to create doubt. I don't like this guy, man. Forget this guy. What do you guys say in the chat? What do y'all say in the chat? Let me see. That's true too, right? That's true too. So I'm sure, like, you know, for privacy's sake or any of that stuff, you know, like, you definitely want to try to use the bathroom by yourself. I mean, even when my back goes out and I can barely, I mean, I got crutches and I can barely make it, bro, I'm going to the bathroom by myself. I ain't trying to get no damn help. All right. And so they try to set her up because of that. And it still didn't work, right? It still didn't work for him. Let's see what else we saying in chat. Right, Vanessa Boo? I feel you, man. I feel you because, like I've said earlier in this live, like I've dealt with some health stuff that was really hard to figure out, and they were looking at me like I was crazy. Like, oh, you can't. Why are you experiencing this? We can't figure out what's wrong with you. And yeah, it's the worst to be going through something and them tell you it's in your head, and you know damn well it's not in your head. Ugh. Yo, that's horrible because that fibromyalgia, that's serious stuff. It is serious. Some of my health issues I deal with presents similar to fibromyalgia, but I don't have it. But my mom does, so I know a lot about it. There you go, right? And then normal, like, is different for everybody, right? Criminal med, I mean, your whole idea of what's normal isn't necessarily normal to the next person. So, like, a normal amount of pain or a normal amount of this for you could be like an insane amount for somebody else to go through. I digress. Let's continue the video.
You're just not going to hear that. You're instead going to hear from a constellation of dedicated pediatricians and dedicated specialists who were genuinely trying to do the right thing for this patient.
Oh, yeah. They were genuinely trying to do the right thing by ignoring her mom, who knew what was wrong with her, and then proceeding to send her mom down a path where, you know, like I said before, she underlived herself. They really cared a lot. They truly cared about this patient and her family. From the bottom of their cold ass hearts, they really cared.
They may have differed in some opinions with the family, but their uppermost objective was to keep this child safe.
I'll keep you in my prayers, B. I will. I'll keep you in my prayers. Like I said, my mama deals with that stuff too. It is devastating to watch her go through that. And I'm not in a place to like make her life any easier. And that stuff makes life very difficult. Yeah, I agree, Pat Gaines. This is truth.
And to get this child the therapy and the treatment that she needed. Now, why was the diagnosis an issue if the treatment was the same? That's a reasonable question. Let me suggest to you that the evidence is and will be that the importance of the diagnosis.
The importance of the diagnosis is the fact that the mom was right in the first damn place. Y'all are idiots, and you created a domino effect that caused this young lady behind you. It caused her life to be immensely worse, and her mom to be gone. Like, I'm telling you guys, at this point, there's nothing this man's going to say that's going to change my mind. Yo, they done messed up.
Result of the fact that CRPS diagnosis was being used to justify dangerous care.
Okay, who cares? Who cares? Okay, the mom came in and said, "This is what worked. This is what she has." So now you're basically saying dangerous care, like y'all were intervening in something that she could have did on her own, like just because she offered up the diagnosis that she got from other places and the treatment she's gotten that worked in the past. Like, you profiled her and set forth processes that changed this whole family's life. Like, you can't. There's no explaining this shit away, guy. There's just not. You can say all the other words and it's not working.
Dangerous levels of ketamine.
Dreamweaver, thank you for being here. You got graveyard shift. Yo. Good vibes. Much love. I hope you have an awesome shift. Definitely. What else am I missing? What else? I think that's it. Yeah, I'm caught up in chat. Let's finish listening to this idiot.
Levels of ketamine and other drugs that aren't even recognized in the literature. Those doctors weren't going to come get the patient. Family was going to take the patient to those doctors. And so it was important.
Right? Criminal med, that's what I feel like. Look, here's what I feel like it is, right? We have a mom that was born in another country with a different culture, right? Where I feel like there's other cultures where moms are very aggressive, very on point with their children's care. And you have this mom that has coming in with this, I don't know, whole different cultural standpoint, right? Where she is like steadfast in knowing what she's doing with her child. And could you imagine, right, going in there, having this knowledge, knowing that you're right about your kid, going in there and then them telling you you're wrong, the treatment's wrong, and then proceeding with the steps to have your children taken from you. Like, no wonder she did what she did. Like, it would like wreck you. It would make you question your reality. It's like you think you're a great parent and you've been doing all this stuff right, and all of a sudden you end up at this place that's supposed to be a great place, like a well-known medical place, and then all of a sudden they're telling you this BS. It just, I don't even know, man. It's insane.
To get the diagnosis straight and the treatment straight, so that the right mix of therapy could be formulated and the best job could be done to get Maya Kowalski into a position of being comfortable, functional, and lead a happy and healthy life.
So my question is, Criminal Med, maybe you can answer this. So why couldn't they have started the treatment that they don't really like to get the results that they know comes with this treatment, and then slowly phase her off of this treatment to a less aggressive treatment to maintain? Would that not work? Or am I tripping, Criminal Med? Like, this wouldn't that work? Get her stable as fast as possible using the ketamine, and then talk about a different option to sustain her health, right? Or is that not advisable? I mean, obviously I have no medical knowledge, so I'm genuinely asking. They wanted primary care for that billing too, right? All right, let's continue.
That's what we were attempting to do. There's never an intent to do anything but that. Over the next few weeks, we think you're going to hear a number of experts in the courtroom.
We think. I like how this dude keeps saying we think. He says everything with we think, or you will, you may, or not you will, not like factual anything. It's like it's all you might, you may, we may come to this conclusion that we want you to come to. Crazy. And so you agree, criminal med, that like they could have like stabilized her quickly with the ketamine. Her body's used to that treatment, right? And then they could have talked about a different option and phased her off. It just, man, what it really comes down to is that mom got profiled. She got profiled probably because, like I said, she's a foreigner, comes from a different culture. The steadfast in what her belief was stern with them, was aggressive with them, and they didn't like it. They profiled her, thought that she was probably crazy, probably thought she was a druggie, probably thought that shit, she probably was trying to get the ketamine for herself, probably, right? Because in a lot of medical situations, departments, I'm sure criminal med can back this up. I know that at least with the nurses I've come across, they're really quick to look for that for substance abuse, both in the patient or the parents of the patient. So I know that they do look for that. And I feel like that's what happened is she got profiled and they thought like, not just this is aggressive treatment for the daughter, like this is abuse, but they probably did it because they thought that this lady was trying to get substances that are illegal, basically. At least that's the vibe I'm trying to get. I'm getting from this all. He's reading off billing sheets 100%. That's what it feels like, right? There's no actual care like breakdown. He's just. Thank you, Jeannie Ange. Thank you. Yeah, guys. Any donations, any tips, it all goes directly back to the channel. So it goes back to StreamYard. It goes back to YouTube Premium, so we don't have to deal with commercials on all these videos that we react to. So anything that ever comes to this channel goes back into the channel. So I appreciate it. Thank you, Jeannie Ange, for dropping that. Exactly, right? So it's like if they criminal med. So if they stabilized her, right? If they stabilized her on the ketamine, and then they phased her off of that properly to make sure she doesn't get the withdrawals, and then phased her onto a different medication or strategy, it just feels like that would have been the way to go about it, not immediately like freaking out and be like, let's accuse the parent of abuse and neglect and go down this crazy route that they went down. It's insane.
We'll be bringing in experts from California and elsewhere. They're going to talk to you about whether or not the overarching allegation against All Children's and its physicians, including even Sally Smith, that they were negligent in Maya Kowalski's care, and that their negligence somehow caused injury. We're going to suggest to you that, first of all, there was no ultimate injury caused, given the condition that she was given to us in.
Whoa. For real? There was no significant injury caused. No significant injury caused. Okay. Physical, maybe, possibly. But I would say that lack of proper care in a timely fashion would cause damage that, would be long lasting. So that would actually be physical, damage. What about mental and emotional? That doesn't factor in at all? Get out of here, bro. Get the hell out of here with that. Thank you, Jeannie Ange, for dropping another part of that. I appreciate you. And also, definitely another way to get a hold of me, guys. That's what I'm saying, man. How come common sense ain't common no more? And it's lacking in the medical industry, where that's scary.
But more importantly, there was no deviation from the standard of care. You're going to hear from different doctors in different specialties that the care that was taken in diagnosing and treating Maya Kowalski, you're going to hear about teams of consultants, You're going to hear about meticulous investigations. You can see that Sally Smith formulated a 45-page single-space report of her review of literally thousands of medical records to come up with her diagnosis. You're going to see a lot of effort and care and expertise went in to the effort made to treat this child at Johns Hopkins All Children's Hospital. We believe that the evidence will be unequivocal. That degree of effort, insight, investigation, and monitoring and care comported in every respect with what is reasonable and what is recognized as being reasonable and appropriate by other similar physicians. And we don't believe you're going to hear any credible evidence otherwise.
This dude is full of shit, guys. He's full of it. Absolutely full of it. And still nothing about their actions and what their actions caused. Right? Because it's like they're talking about physical. They're not talking about the decisions they made and the aftermath of the decisions they made, right? Of what the mom did to herself. That's psychological, emotional damage. How come we're not addressing that? How come we're not addressing that your care and that your actions caused an insane amount of pain and agony for this young lady and her family for the rest of their freaking lives? This dude,
You heard the judge give you a definition of medical negligence. I just kind of paraphrased it. But the point I'm making to you is that the evidence will ultimately show that these doctors and these nurses and this hospital staff acted reasonably and prudently to treat a difficult and challenging case they were presented with, and they did it consistently over 3 months.
he's dead ass not going to bring it up, is he? He's dead ass staying away from the mom. He's staying away from that. He's just there to be like, no, we did everything. We treated everything proper. What are you? Oh my Lord. Oh, I don't like this guy. What are you guys saying in chat? Just realized I said, oh, hey, yeah, I'm in Cali. For now, until I make my break out east. What else we saying? I'm telling you, man, that ain't a lie, criminal med. True. Very true. I know, right? Not that they care, they just met the standard, right? The standard of what? Their standards suck ass. All right, let's finish this, guys.
They don't have to be right under the law. All they have to be is reasonable. We suggest you the evidence will show that first, they probably were right.
Probably. He has no certainty about anything that he's saying. No certainty at all. Donna Clark, good to see you. I 100% agree. Donna Clark coming in with the comment. I 100% agree. This is horrible. It is continuing to abuse this girl's emotions by putting her through this trial. I agree. 100%. They can't just bite the bullet and admit they screwed up and settle out of court. No, we're going to drag this girl through a whole trial process, knowing damn well they're going to lose the other case. They lost to this girl. So y'all gonna lose, but what? You just gonna put her through this hell? I hope she gets paid. Yeah, and they banner themselves as a gold standard hospital. You all listening to what gold standard sounds like right now. That's what gold standard sounds like, I guess, nowadays. You too much, Beast. You too much.
They were more than reasonable. At the end of all this, at the end of all the evidence, I'll have another chance to visit with you, or my colleague, Mr. Shapiro, will. You're going to hear a lot between now and then. And again, I appreciate very much your your attentiveness, and your diligence.
Real quick before you stop saying what he's saying, yo, if you guys been watching her looks, the way she stares at him, she look like she trying to burn a hole in his head. 100, and I don't blame her. I'm waiting for this dude to catch on fire with the way she's staring at him.
As does my client and people at All Children's Hospital. I thank you for your attention and look forward to working with you the next few weeks. And you'll be pleased to know I skipped at least 3 slides.
I'm glad you skipped some slides, bro, because you didn't have nothing to say. And it's probably just a bunch of more freaking just word salad, like nonsense. All right, guys, that's it. That's what I got for this one, right? So we got a little bit of a recap on, the get down on everything. And then we've seen the opening for both sides. Now I'm going to have to be vested in this trial and listen to it every day and bring you guys the juice, right? So if I hear some significant stuff popping up in this trial that I feel like would give you some good conversations, we'll definitely cover it sooner than the end of the trial. But if I don't hear enough like good stuff, we'll wait till the end for closings. We'll chop up the closings. I'll chop up the recap, and then we'll wait for the verdict watch. So yeah, but either way, we're going to cover this a little bit more. I'm vested. But that being said, guys, that's all I got for it. I hope you guys enjoyed that one. I hope you guys enjoyed something new, a little bit of a change up. But yeah, that being said, what do we got? Housekeeping. I already gave it the housekeeping. Appreciate everybody for helping me out with the watch hours. Really do appreciate it. I promise it'll be worth it once we get to memberships. I've got some good stuff planned. I promise. Yeah, the links are out. You guys got that. That's it. That's all I got for housekeeping, guys. I'm going to let y'all go. It's been another 3-hour live stream. I appreciate y'all for being here. Like I said, this channel, it's nothing without y'all. Yeah, that's it. That's it, guys. Let's wrap it up. It's your boy, the Piscine Predator. I appreciate y'all being here. Until next video, I'm out, y'all. Much love. Peace.